You have 68 wins. You cannot 69 Mina.
I am that reminder that no matter how far you get in life, there's going to be someone like me, born with much more than you do, who can cash in and take it all away at any moment.
Now, you know what? Now, I don't know who you've been talking to, but it's obvious that you hadn't talked to me. I pull rank around here, and everybody better remember that.
Ooh, follow the white rabbit.
The mask has been removed, but I tell you what, he's still the same pro wrestler, whether he's wearing a mask or not.
You can call this the New World Order of Wrestling, brother.
Whoa!
We got a mom in the front row who taught her daughter how to suck dick.
None of you can handle Tekla. None of you can handle the Sisters of Sin. And none of you silly bitches can handle the Triangle of Madness.
Oakley has Trey. Look at the speed, the rotation, the impact.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome once again to the Saturday Shenanigans, hosted by yours truly, the Renegade J.J. Williams. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. CM Punk drama bullshit to the side. I still consider Heyman the worst AEW champion they've had. First of all, we're going to bring in Walter Cruz.
I said that as a joke when, what's his name, did his promo Monday. He said, I'm from a prestige university. I said he majored in Steiner, man.
We've got the Heb man, James Hebert, in the house.
I do really cool in dumb teams on the internet.
Right. There's a lot of shit going on here. A lot of fucking crazy ass shit.
Where is Noah JD? Well, say his name and he appears, because we believe in Noah Foster.
Fuck is this intro? It is one of those things where as fans, we do have these desires for what we want to see, but sometimes you can't always get what you want, and there are reasons you truly don't get what you want. I wouldn't even listen to this in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. What the fuck is this shit? God, rap is whack. Like I said, never been a greater time to be a wrestling fan than with more companies in a more lucrative spot, in a more comfortable business spot, in a sense of mind, it seems, than ever. Again, WWE is not the only one. It is not the end-all, be-all. So let's go back to the Backlash Wrestling JJ Williams to get the official word. JJ, speak!
Make sure you tune in every week, because you never know who's going to drop in to join the shenanigans. Catboy is in the house.
Hello, my internet family. I say if you want to make them as evil as possible, make them really mad.
We have Mansfield joining the party now. What is going on, Josh?
Like I told no one when we were in Cleveland, him joining Chase U was just an unfortunate side effect of my shenanigans towards you, JJ. I know how it can get better, Noah. The panel chooses you.
Shut the fuck up, Josh.
You said that so like.
We got some of the intro back.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Just like how you and I had lunch together the other week.
That was different.
Ladies and gentlemen, the King is here. Say his name and he appears. We believe in King A-Train. There are so many believers in Joe Hendry. The only person on this panel that doesn't believe in Joe Hendry is King A-Train. Tell the world why you do not believe in Joe Hendry.
The reason I do not believe Joe Hendry is he is Fandango 2.0 in a entrance merchant. I rest my case, Your Honor.
Hey! There's something wrong with being an entrance merchant. He
He has some of the best entrances of all time.
Teleporting into the command center, all the way from Angel Grove High, Datilla.
Oh, yeah. I went to the command center on Thursday. I went to Vasquez Rocks, which is where they filmed a lot of episodes. Somebody actually climbed to the very top of those rocks. I made it halfway. I was like, I'm not going up there. Definitely Toni Storm versus Mariah May. That's the one match I probably am looking forward to the most. I really like the story. I'm familiar with all about Eve, so if it plays out that way, I kind of know how this is gonna go.
Say goodnight, Datilla.
Good night.
James, you did say his name. So he shall appear, ladies and gentlemen, first time on the Shenanigans. Jeff Meacham is in the motherfucking house.
Ah! All right, we're coming in hard with the botch. All right, fucking hell. It's good to be back. It's good to have an opportunity to talk to the crowd on a Saturday. If you want to have yourself stomach through it, you can go back and watch when the Main Event Mafia took over Impact. That's what James is talking about. So if everybody just joined us, we're talking about people sedating people, attempted murder, boys, and tips. Welcome to Saturday Shenanigans, everybody. Aren't you glad I'm back?
Welcome back, Devin.
Cool.
Get it? Got it.
Oh, God bless you, doing professional wrestling. Hey, trifecta. This has been a crazy day. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back once again to the weekly My Ray Conversation Wrestling Madness. That is the Saturday Shenanigans. Hello, everybody, and welcome back here once again to the Simply Reliable Studios. You know what this is? Brian, the Simple Man, the Simple Brand, the voice of us for a great for all things professional wrestling. Damn it. My name is Noel Foster. Please like, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. If you want to dictate the conversation, super chat, simple as that. Thank you all for tuning in once again to the trifecta of feature presentations today from the Simple Live Studios as we conclude with the Saturday Shenanigans. Without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in the rest of the panel. First and foremost, my partner in both the Fed and AEW. We call Progressive Delight and probably upset stomach mindset for some other stuff tonight. It is, of course, Mr. Reliable, simply reliable in true original form, Walter Cruz. Walter, how are you?
Fine. After that collision, I was doing okay after the E, but after that collision, I'm doing way better.
Cheers to that, partner. And also, that being said, she's yours, she's mine, she's our Canadian friend, Ash. Hello, Ash. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
All right, good deal. And good to see
man,
you.
I got a lot of catching up to do on pro wrestling. Like I tell you what, I got like 2 months of New Japan and a month and a half of AEW.
Wise men will tell the young student to find her own moderation in her direction of fandom. And that's for you to figure out, pal. But either way, it's good to have you here. And again, don't burn yourself out on this. There's a reason I've been watching Buzzer on Pluto TV and nothing but game shows like America Says, Concentration, The Match Game, etc., etc., etc. Good to see you, Safed, and good to see a man in the chat. Again, you gotta, it's like having a diet, a palate. You can't just live off wrestling. You gotta watch some other stuff. Last couple of days, I've been watching nothing but game shows. It's been actually quite, rejuvenating, to say the least. And
I do that every now and then. I watch a lot of Family Feud and guess the answers and stuff.
Oh, that's fun. I love doing that too, especially with my grandma because she always gets the top answer.
It sounds like me or my mother. Top answers on the board. Name something a bird would not want to see when bringing into a house. Nigga, grandma. Nigga, huh?
Oh yeah, that was
the response to this response of I don't want to see that either.
That's the person that's
fucking Steve Harvey's response is that's considered an accomplice.
An occupant.
I mean, it is an occupant. To be fair, something a doctor puts out of a patient. A gerbil. Okay, that being said, it's not fair.
I was about to say the whole reason why I haven't been doing that is because I've been so burnt out, and it wasn't because of wrestling. It was mostly due to
life,
family drama that has since been resolved because the drama was so stressful. Like it ruined my enjoyment of things. Like I was in a really bad place, but thank goodness that's been resolved. Mom and I are in a much better place, and that person is getting the help they need.
Well, again, you can't force somebody to help, but you could pray for them and you could also guide them, lend them a helping hand the best that you can. I'm glad you did that. I encourage that. As of course, this month is Mental Health Awareness Month. So again, folks, whatever you go through, whatever influences you, do the right thing to yourself, be a light onto others, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too. Simple as that in context, but honestly, it's simple as that in life choices if you let it. Thank you. That being said, God bless you, Ash. I commend you for that. And also, God bless everybody prematurely on the day when we acknowledge, celebrate, and appreciate those that are the mothers in our lives, or the motherly figures that have guided us. To all the mothers out there, or the mothers to come, that day is for you. Happy Mother's Day to all of you on behalf of the Civil Lab Studios. God bless mothers. I also want to give a quick shout out again to the family of Ted Turner. As of course, those all affected, I wish them nothing but the best, nothing but, of course, love, strength, and well wishes, and a peaceful endeavor to a man that has redefined television and professional wrestling as we know it. Thank you, Ted Turner. All right. Well, with that being said, with all that mental health awareness and that acknowledgement, without further ado, and with Charles Schultz in the chat, I'm fine with this trifecta. As of course, right now I'm with you Yahoos for the first 2 hours, unless today shows up or we get done early. So with that being said, let's get right into it. So tonight we have a very simple agenda. We, of course, have our wrestling recap. We could heavily talk about John Cena's announcement, and we will also give our thoughts towards the upcoming Super Studios interview attraction. And I say attraction to the highest degree when it comes to this man who always is attraction, cartwheeling. We'll talk more about that later. Let's go ahead and start things off with the Backlash recap. So Walter and I and Statboy Mike, shout out to Statboy Mike, of course, we covered Backlash. It, of course, was a 5-match card. And, of course, we furthered, of course, covered John Cena's announcement. Let's go through the highlights real quick and each match. Walter, I'll let you spearhead things off for the first hour as we welcome Charles Schultz into the Shenanigans real quick. Charles, Avatar Man, good to see you. How are you?
Tired.
How you think I feel? 3 damn presentations, 3 damn suit changes in 1 damn day.
Look, you have to worry about being out of town again until tomorrow. Still.
All right, very fair enough, especially the Michigan weather where we got rain crazy here in Toledo, and you're probably going to get more of that as well.
Yeah, trust me, I hate that as much as the next.
I'm sure you do. All right, let's go ahead and get into things now with our agenda. Backlash recap. We kick things off, of course, with our very first match.
Seth, right? Yep.
Seth freaking Rollins versus Braun Breaker. A match about proving if he's ready, but also challenging one's mentality versus your known physical capability. Take it away, Walter.
Well, of course, it was a good back and forth match. Heavy hitting. They literally hit each other with everything but the kitchen sink. It kept kicking out of each other moves. But, tide changed when, of course, the vision was going to come up. Paul Heyman first jumped on the apron, distracted the referee, which then led to Logan Paul and Austin Theory coming out. But Seth had something for them, was chasing them and hitting them. What the hell weapon he had? A chair. He was chased. It was a chair, right? Am I right? Now I'm thinking about it. Yeah,
yes,
okay.
You are. Charles also acknowledged.
He was chasing them, swinging the chair. Obviously, he didn't make any contact. But even if he did, it wouldn't have been a disqualification on his right. But then they go back in. Braun hits that damn crazy ass spear. Well, they say 20 miles an hour, but I feel he's not the Flash. He can't run that fast. But
that's fair.
He hit that. He gets his 3. It was an okay match, but I could have did without the interference. I really feel like Braun should have won without all the interference, and you should just made him look strong. But decent match. A couple of slip-ups with the Frankensteiners on the top rope. He did go for his stuff, but looking like his uncle doing it right. He gets the victory. It was a good back-and-forth match. I just wish they just made him look strong and like he can do it on his own. I don't like this playing it safe and make him look weak that he has to depend on his group.
Yeah, it's one of those things like we talked about, literally taking a page out of Seth Rollins' playbook, whether or not he was with the Authority or whether or not he was with his Shield brothers.
he had, of course, backup. Paul Heyman was instrumental, of course, as the Vapor came down, caused a little bit of madness, but of course got removed from ringside, thankfully. And at one point, he was trying to pull a little Osprey, trying to duck up and over a clothesline, and both men kind of crashed in a heap. Whether or not it was fatigue or miscommunicated with each other in the ring, there was definitely a few botches, to say the least, but that's what happens when you're live and you don't get the reps in because you don't have a house show schedule, or you don't get to rehearse a match to a degree, to say the least. It's also one of those things, though, where we talk about, again, what was more important for Braun Breaker? Beating Seth freaking Rollins fair and square, or proving Seth freaking Rollins that I am ready? And I also have this here, whether you believe it or not. At the end of the day, he did get the win, and he also did get it on his own at the tail end, much of what Walter was talking about. It was a curb stomp, attempt avalanche curb stomp out of midair with a short-range spear, and then the super spear finally put Seth freaking Rollins down for the 3 count. There was some very close near falls at times, like both men were able to scout each other. The super spear turned to a pedigree. Freaking Braun Breaker countering the Falcon Arrow takeover to his own Falcon Arrow after taking the superplex. It really had a lot of great previous awareness and callback to their experiences in the previous matches. But to Walter's point, the only reason I think they did this because I don't think it's going to be their only one-on-one encounter, but it still was a career-defining win for the Young roster career of Braun Breaker. A hot start to what I thought was going to be match of the night based on both match capability from competitors and the story going into it. Boy, was I pleasantly surprised later, though, despite the fact the story was but nonetheless, damn good opener to Adlash. And then we transitioned into the Sami Zayn challenging Trick Williams for the WWE United States Championship. Little Yachty and the Peppermint Stick got more action than these two men one-on-one in the ring, it felt like. Didn't you think, Walter?
Yeah, pretty much. The story of the game was the story of the match. The game, wow, was Seth. Was damn, I can't even think. Ginger Man was in his own way. He kept being distracted, and let's be honest. At the point where he got distracted, Little Yachty really wasn't doing much. It was Seth that engaged with Seth. Why do I keep saying Seth? Sammy that engaged with him, and then that caused him to bring the peppermint cane or whatever you want to call that thing in, and then literally Sammy cheated, distracted the referee so that he can go tend to Yachty so that he can hit Trick with the freaking cane. So Sammy took a kind of a heel move right there, but Trick was able to kick out. Then he went on the ring. He had Trick beat, in my opinion, but as he rolled him in the ring, he saw Yachty standing near the barricade, saw his opportunity to hit him with a haluva kick. Might I add that he was completely turned around, so how was he a threat to you? So again, Sammy got in his own way. That was the story of the match. And then he rolled in. One trick shot later, we get a 3 count and a retention of the championship. But yeah, Sammy kept getting in his own freaking way.
As we thought he was going to. At the end of the day, Sami Zayn's been his own worst enemy. And the Gingerbread Man and Little Yachty have been his undoing. No Gingerbread Man here tonight, by the way. But it's also one of those things where he got so preoccupied with Little Yachty more than Trick Williams, despite the fact he tried to pull an Eddie Guerrero. And to be fair, this was not a clean fight. Both men tried to pull out all the tricks, pun intended, but Trick Williams got the trick shot in to leave with the championship. At the end of the day, Trick Williams is still money and is still the face of the U.S. Not much more to be said with this match. Hopefully it's the last time they go one-on-one. I don't think we need more from these two. And of course, these were the first 2 matches for everybody on ESPN2. Before we get into the actual show, which, to be fair, this was part of the show, but you know what I mean. You might as well call the first hour now pre-show at this point, considering it's not exclusively on one platform. And again, I'm kind of surprised I went up with Seth and Braun, but I'm kind of glad they did. It was a hot start. Before we go into the actual exclusive ESPN Unlimited content, as for Charles, do either of you want to add anything regarding these 2 matches, the United States Championship or Braun Breaker and Seth freaking Rollins? Ladies first.
Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry. It took a while to unmute because my mouse is being finicky. I might have to get a new one.
Yeah, I've been there before. Trust me. The reason I do wireless, I got to worry about is batteries once every 6 months. Continue.
Yeah, that's what I'm worrying with. And I think the left side of the mouse is kind of wonky. So yeah, I might have to get a new one because we tried repairing it and it ain't doing any good.
Don't turn this into an IT session.
Sorry. Okay, so
You want some Man IT tonight? Do you want that? Seriously?
No, just explain why
Canadian
I was
for
like
my service.
muting. No, just explain why I was unmuting and unmuting and unmuting and muting my
I got you. I just messed with you. Continue.
For Backlash, I was at work when this was on, and I got home just as EO versus Asuka was finishing.
Oh, okay. Well, as
Yeah.
a blind spectator, and I'm sure you're not surprised by the result, and you know Braun Breaker, you know his pedigree, you know Seth Rollins, you know his legacy, and right now you've learned that Trick Williams, he's the hottest fan since sliced gingerbread. So go ahead and speak your thoughts on the result.
Sliced gingerbread.
Yeah, the Braun Breaker Seth Rollins match, I'll probably go check that out because I like both people, and it sounds like it was a nice way to kick off the show. As for the Sammy and Trick Williams match, I like that they're feuding. I just don't like how it's being like revolved around this gingerbread character. But if people are finding it funny, then all power to them because I can't really judge for myself because I love Danhausen. So what does that tell you?
Oh, wait till we tell you what happened with Taghausen and happened there. As my colleague from work even texted me and said, laugh my... And I'm like, you know what? Never mind. We'll get there in a moment.
Do we have to talk about that?
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll let Ash give her speculation, and then we'll see if Charles will curse her or bless her, and then we'll give our simple take. But nonetheless...
I saw Twitter clips. I saw clips of it on Twitter.
Okay,
Like,
so she
oh my
knows.
God, this is
We'll talk more about that here in a
ridiculous.
moment. We'll talk more about here in a moment. Continue, Ash, unless you're done.
Yeah, the bits and pieces I saw of the Danhausen match look so funny. I'm just like, oh my God.
This was a PLE match, by the way, folks. I'm just saying. This wasn't TV. This was PLE.
And did it need to be on the pay-per-view? I don't know. I guess to like be comedy filler, and there's nothing wrong with comedy filler to like break up some stuff. Because that's like the perfect spot because we had like two good matches. Have that comedy spot be like directly in the middle to cool things off, and then you get to your two main events.
NXT never needed to do that in the black and gold days. I'm just saying. But okay.
Yeah, but
fair
NXT
enough.
is like a whole different thing. NXT was like ROH. Like, let's be real here. And
Comedy
ROH is all
housing.
seriousness.
And WWE is always the sports entertainment circus that Joey Styles walked out at in 2006. All right, fair enough. Well, thank you for that, Ash. Charles, your thoughts towards the first two matches before we get into Taghausen. The United States Championship and Robert and Seth freaking Rollins. Go ahead.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I enjoy these matches. And yes, please let's stop this feud now with the Sammy and Trick now.
Please.
That's me. I'm the gingerbread man.
Oh, will you stop it?
No, you can't say anything for that to you. You said before, and also that one Shenanigans episode with you would. Wow. Long day.
Okay, so Charles is tired too. We're all tired. This stream brought to you by freaking NyQuil.
I'm gonna need more than that for the month.
Melatonin. Continue.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I enjoyed. No more Sammy and Trick feud. Please have Trick go on to somebody else. Just give me Carmelo Hayes a Trick already. That's all I ask.
Yeah, I mean, again,
and also Braun and Seth. I expect it to continue. I don't expect it to be one and done.
They started off on a banger.
No kidding.
They did.
As we fought, again, we think this is going to be a series of matches. Let's not forget, this was literally 1 year and less than a month in the making.
All right.
All right. Anything else, Charles?
That's that. Not really. I just can't wait to talk about my favorite match on the night.
Oh, gee, could it be this? Danhausen and Minihausen? Yes, folks, it was a Minihausen. That was the tag partner. It was not Gyro, not CM Punk, not Tony Rhodes, not Hobbs. It was a literal Minihausen.
And we saw it coming because there was a segment with a bunch of Minihausens before.
Well, what are you going to do? So,
okay, so Kip made the mistake of activating
the
cloning machine, and then the Minihausen comes out. Then they go through the match. They chase each other. These two almost won, by the way. until Kip made the second biggest mistake. He threw the Minihausen into the cloning machine that then reactivated, causing several cloning Minihausens to come out. They all come out, which should have been a DQ, by the way. But anyways, so they all trap. They keep fighting. Miz is fighting them off. He almost won, by the way. When Miz hit that skull crash on finale, Danhausen barely made it in the ring to break up that count. Then, of course, the pump kick out of the corner, and we ended this bullshit. To be honest, we were all talking about sports, and I think we talked about AEW at some point.
We talked about American Gladiators.
American Gladiators, yeah.
Because Miz got done hosting that before coming back to WWE, and I got done with the season. And again, incredible 10 episode series. Go watch it, folks. Amazon Prime.
So yeah, that, in a nutshell, that's what it was. It was the bathroom break.
Yeah, we haven't. I mean, we've used that trope with the Fed for how long now? Boy, was it. I mean, if nothing else, everyone got fun, entertainment, drunk or sober. It caused Mikey to drink vodka, so there you go. What does that tell you?
Yeah, I kept making short jokes the whole time, and he was taking mini shots. So,
I mean, if I had a bottle of Blue and Russo, I probably would have went through at least half the bottle. But again, I'm 99.7% sober. I still question my life decisions, including this virtual contract. That being said, thank you, Walter. Charles, let's kick things off with you first here. Taghausen, Danhausen, Minihausen versus Mrs. Tiny Balls and Kip Wilson's Toxic Poetry. What you gotta say?
I just love this match. I just love the minute. It is too funny. And also, I like to point out that Minihausen was the formerly El Torito.
Oh my God, it was him!
Yes, it was. So there you go.
I literally made that reference on the call.
And it actually was. So it was spot on.
I'm too spot on.
Olehausen.
Yes. I love this.
Can we see more of El Torito in AAA? That'd be nice.
Has he not shown up yet in AAA?
He's under a different name. I can't remember what it was.
Okay, fair enough. A different suit for every show for me, a different mask for every occasion for El Torito. Continue, Charles.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's just, and also Wade Barrett losing his shit when the Wasteland was used. That was just too funny. Like, yep. Exactly. But yeah, this is fun. I loved it.
Well, comedy is subjective, and so is professional wrestling, damn it. But professional wrestling and WWE are still questionable in the same sense when they've always been sports entertainment, and clearly TKO sees that now and sponsors it. Surprisingly, this match was not brought to us by anything as far as I know. So what does that tell you? Danhausen is his own sponsor, including his own freaking homemade video. Good grief.
Which was great.
The definition of a comedy stunt on a premium live event. There you go.
Look, I enjoyed it, like I said.
Again, like I said, subjective. For some, it's the greatest thing ever. It's the greatest show, not the DVD. For others, it questions you as a fan of what you believe a sport in a squared circle should be. But then again, if you're a WWE fan, you should already question your own decisions. Just saying. We're all questionable. All right, thank you for that, Charles. Ash, go ahead. Your thoughts on Minihausen and Danhausen. Could you see them tag again? Was this a one-off? Would you like to see them challenge for tag team championships? Are you surprised that Miz and Kip Wilson were the ones on the end of this comedy losing fest? Do you think the Miz and Kip Wilson now will leave Danhausen alone, or will the curse continue for both of them? Go ahead.
And don't worry, Ash, you don't have to keep it short.
I mean, I'm sure enough as is.
This is sponsored by Short Puns. This is sponsored by Short Puns by Walter.
You stop that. Go ahead, Ash.
What I lack in height, I make up for in width. So I'm a bit on the chubby side.
Oh, I see. So
my mind went somewhere else for me, but
I don't blame you for thinking that, especially because who's talking. So
this is not the late night show. We're not doing them.
No, you said the most craziest statement of that, so you can't say anything.
To be fair,
I heard what you said, to be fair.
To be fair, it was a one-on-one conversation. That wasn't Noah Foster. That was Noah Ferguson. But go ahead, Ash, and continue.
Yeah, this sounds like, I think this is a one-off. It sounds like it'd be a fun, silly match if you're into that type of comedy. That's what that was. I don't see Danhausen and Minihausen tagging anymore, but I do see a lot of more with Danhausen going with Kit Wilson and The Miz, and the curse is still going on.
Of course it is.
When will it end? Maybe at the spot where it started at WrestleMania. Can they drag it for that long? Maybe. I'd be all for it because I love silly, goofy shit in wrestling, and this is for me.
Like I said, there's an audience for everything, for everybody. To everyone their own, and we respect all outlooks here. Wrestling is subjective, but there's the comedy, there's the competitor. All right, no thank you for that, Ash. Walter, as you got your short puns in, make it short, sweet, and quick. Go ahead and talk about this.
I opened it.
Okay, there we go. That's all I need. Just want to make sure.
Nice job, Noah.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that he got all of his short jokes out of the way before we move on to some actual serious shit.
Yeah, sometimes I do come up a little short.
I was about to make that same joke too.
Don't make fun of my shortcomings.
Right? I was about to say, don't sell yourself short now.
Right?
Noah looks at the face of
all tales tell no lies.
Exactly. Or it could be cursed. Well, don't be cursed, people.
We can only tell so many short stories, okay, guys?
Oh, I missed this. I missed this so much.
Laugh, Noah.
I think he's a little short-tempered.
Hey.
Oh, this is why I love being part of this. I miss this so much.
Poor Noah.
Come on, Noah. Be very nice, but don't be very evil.
Oh, Lord, I'm surrounded by buffoons.
Oh, Noah, you love it.
You know, there's medicine if you're that insecure about your own height down under the belt. I'm just going to leave it at that. All right, let's go ahead and get back into our.
See that coming.
Not sponsored by Blue Chew.
Or Niagara, because The Miz has proven to us already he has tiny balls. Let's go ahead and get back to
That's a hard joke to make.
Actually, I think that would be soft, but that's a whole different conversation. Let's go ahead and move on, shall we, to something that's not sponsored by hentai. Let's go ahead and talk about Asuka versus Io Sky, shall we? Asuka versus Io Sky, battle a student versus senpai. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight, folks. Anyway, let's go ahead and get back to this because, again, story element missing aside, I was thoroughly impressed with this match. Between the transitional offense, the counter nature, the overall history and awareness of these two, the sudden moments of fury and offense, the great scouting by Io Sky when it came to one of Asuka's secret weapon. And here I thought she was going to pull like a Great Muta or a Shinsuke Nakamura. Overall, I don't know necessarily what to think about this because in a way, it felt like what Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles was. It was like the swan song of their wrestling love note to each other. And while one was on the verge of retirement, we knew they were on the verge of retirement, at least for up to a year before Gunther holding at the Royal Rumble. Did we possibly witness the last thing that Asuka wanted to do in her in-ring career against her greatest student? Because Io Sky won over the moonsault and the smartest point of the match, using a portfolio folder to block the mist of Asuka was bloody effing brilliant. At the end of the day, she survived the Oscar, tried to apply it herself. She found a way to counter it, almost caught her in a roll-up. As we talk about Shayna Baszler, when you're in submission, you literally leave your own body at risk to be caught in your own move. Asuka and Io Sky shared multiple near falls and counter submission moves, slowing the heart rate down at one point. We thought Io Sky was out, but she fooled Asuka. Shades of Japanese wrestling. There you go. It literally felt like a strong style bout. This was my match of the night, despite the fact the story got kiboshed. These two gave me an in-ring click. I didn't think WWE was capable of that without a story because they rely on story so much and the story under-delivers sometimes. But I was thoroughly impressed. I'm glad Io won. But I almost wonder, is this maybe a tease of Asuka's career swan song? Because to Walter's point, she has done everything except when at WrestleMania. Walter, your thoughts on this match?
Yeah, except when at WrestleMania. Yeah. Great match. Good back and forth. Again, all my years of watching wrestling and being a fan, I never thought to do something like that. And two, for her to pull it out and literally block the Mist. Like, that was some entertaining shit.
Brilliant.
They fought all over the place. The Over the Moonsault finally gets the win. But yeah, I think the story is the aftermath. No, she didn't leave her boots or anything like that, but she smiled, hugged, and literally embraced her student, her friend, her everything, and just smiled, and then rolled out of the ring and gave Io her spotlight. So I don't know. Just Monday's gonna be interesting, but after all these releases, you're gonna lose Asuka too, and you didn't even know it. Like, I'm a little worried, but let's see. If it was her last match, what better opponent to go out on?
No kidding. And again, this was not the match we're expecting here, based on all the talk we talked about prior to WrestleMania. And these two stood and delivered. They were a match of the night. And again, to Walter's point, Asuka even bowed to the audience as she left. I saw tears in Asuka's eyes. Whether she was so proud of Io Sky or so proud of what she's done in WWE, I almost wonder, are we going to say sayonara sooner rather than later to Asuka, it seems. But still, an incredible outing for both women. Definitely a justified stage for both their incredible career development. Again, going all the way back to, like I said, in Japan, Kana and Io Shirai in multiple Japanese promotions as rivals, as tag partners, and finally meeting one-on-one this deep in their careers in WWE. There could be some foreshadowing.
I'm just hoping that the crying was that she realized she's actually passing the torch, and it's not that she's not done. Because people, when people can say that they're done, you can see that there's not anything left for them to do. There, we just mentioned it. There is something for Asuka to at least do at least one time. Just give me one.
You're just looking for the one. I know, Walter. You're just looking for the one. But hey, it really comes down to, again, does she need to do anything else, honestly? For Io Sky, I think she needed this, honestly, because she's now on her own.
Women's champion, technically a Money in the Bank winner, even though she won the title.
Still
the
counts.
inaugural Royal Rumble winner.
Yep.
She's done literally everything you can think of for a singles career, except now this mid-card title. She didn't win that. She's been a tag team champion, so she got to win at WrestleMania and then maybe win like the Intercontinental title or something like that. That's about it.
Time will tell. Again, time will tell. That being said, let's go to Ashinian Pro Wrestling friend first here on the panel for some follow-up thoughts. And to your point, Ash, you did come home pretty much at the end of it. You kind of got the gist of it. What is your outlook on this and this match and your thoughts?
I love this match. Like, I don't think it was like the tail end, but I think I missed the beginning portion of it because I did watch the big bulk of it, and I absolutely loved it. Now, if this is Asuka's last match, what a match to go out on. But because I don't think this is the last we've seen of Asuka. This is her finishing the story she had with Io, with like some parts missing, like a big key part missing. But you know, WWE Creative is going to do that shit. But yeah, so yeah, that didn't take away from the match. The match was good. If this is Asuka's last match, what a way to go out on. But if it's not, this is a nice way to wrap up the story. And she's probably going to take some time off because Asuka has done this before where she'll finish up a story, take some time off, and then come back when she's needed.
Well, she certainly has the tenure to do that, so I can definitely understand.
She took time off for like mental health last time, didn't she? She was being cleared, and then she just stayed off. I'll tell you the one thing, for a fraction of a second, when they both hug, I swear I thought
Asuka was going to miss her or forget
No,
knock her
I
out?
swear. I thought Kairi Sane was going to come back, and the three of them were going to embrace.
Oh, wow. That would have been
for like
really
a fraction of a second. That would have put the crowd on their feet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no doubt. Honestly, no doubt. All right. Well, that being said, figure for that, Walter Nash. Charles, close this thing out again with Io Sky beating her senpai. She's honestly over everything at this point in WWE. There's no higher goal for Io Sky besides going back after the Women's Heavyweight Championship, which of course she previously held. For Asuka, though, again, it's one of those things where it's like you've given so much of this business, you want to pass the torch up to the next generation. You feel like there really is nothing more you need to do. She's established her arcade at her home in Japan. She's been involved in WWE now for over a decade plus, and basically has won every championship. What's your outlook on this match and the aftermath to come following Backlash for either?
definitely think Asuka was. I think this was the last match because honestly, considering the post that cryptic Instagram post earlier today before the show, and the song choice she used, like okay, that's a bit specific. And then the aftermath of the match is like, all right, something. Asuka's probably leaving. Outside of that, if she is staying, there is the women's IC title on now Raw, but then there's Queen of the Ring. She hasn't even won.
And true, she lost to Jade Cargill in a questionable match in last year's finals.
Right. So, but outside of that, this was Asuka's last match, and what a great match to go out on.
Yeah,
and also
closest person in her career.
And also, I was on the same boat with Walter. I was so spot for a second. Freaking Kyrie was going to show up and hug Asuka and Io.
That would have been such a magical moment of closing the book on what felt like a lesson in humility for Asuka, particularly. Because at the end of the day, look at the match. Asuka was humbled by Io Sky, her greatest pupil. And I don't think she could have been happier, honestly. Yep. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. Either way, congratulations to Io Sky and Asuka. This is it. Arigato. Okay. Now let's see what you all think of John Cena's history groundbreaking announcement. For WWE brings us, well, no, let me take that back. John Cena exclusively brings us now the John Cena Classic. It will be a brand new tournament highlighting the superstars of tomorrow, NXT, against today. A new championship will be crowned, honored in John Cena's name, what he stands for. And this tournament will be defined by John Cena's pedigree of hustle, loyalty, and respect, where wins and losses may not matter, but the fan vote does. Here are a few clip notes for you. This is going to be an annual WWE event where main roster stars will face NXT prospects, much like how they built what John Cena did with last year's Shenanigans event, even highlighting that Soruka, Javon Evans, and Obafemi were all involved that night. And surprise, surprise, they're now all involved on the main roster. The John Cena Classic will completely redefine how a champion is crowned in wrestling. Rather than booking based on wins and losses to determine a victor, it will rely heavily on crowd support or respect earned. Matchups will focus on current roster versus up-and-coming NXT. The voting, though, the fans will vote who they believe deserves to be called champion based on just a connected pedigree, not a competitive pedigree. And, of course, the twist, again, you don't even have to win the tournament or through matches. You just have to win through pure support with unmatched heart and hustle. And it will be a brand new title in WWE, add to the number here, that bears John Cena's name and will be awarded at the inaugural tournament by John Cena himself. This has been a lifelong project that John Cena has poured his heart into to make a reality, to redefine the future of WWE as we know it. How fitting, by the way, something like this, where he talks about how important the noise is for a WWE superstar to be receptive to be received from, to be heard through. Now the noise will define a championship that is one of a kind, courtesy of John Cena. With that being said, let's go around and get y'all's thoughts towards this unique, groundbreaking announcement that will redefine an outlook of the WWE and the WWE Universe as we know it. Thank you to John Cena. And whether or not this is more of a popularity contest where you just wrestle in the ring to showcase what you're capable of in order to garner a reaction versus competitively win a match to earn a title. Just saying. Charles, let's start with you. What do you think about this new concept that John Cena is bringing?
I will admit, I was totally caught off guard by this.
Right?
I was thinking it has something to do with the launch date for Club WWE. That's been heavily teased, that Cena's heavily involved with.
And fair enough, a promo was played prior to this. I thought that was John Cena's announcement. It sounded like. Continue.
Nope, it's this. But now the question is, the voting thing still needs to be kind of answered first, though, of how that can be done. Because we're still left on vagues on that one.
Correct.
So we got to figure that out first before, the the voting part begins. But outside of that, and what month this is going to happen too. Outside of that, I love it. Take it what they did for Saturday night's main event for Cena's last match and apply it more here, but making it different.
Makes me wonder, is it going to take place at Saturday night's main event type stage and presence, or is it going to literally become its own PLE? It is an annual WWE event, but again, is it going to be just called the John Cena Classic, or how NXT used to do the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic across NXT episodes? And it's just one of those things right now. How deep does this go? Is this going to apply for both men and women? Is the men and the women going to be a conjunct thing where only one in the end can receive the championship? Yeah, there's still some details missing here. But I will point out, I was a problem if it's a separate thing. I mean, hell, John Cena called the freaking Iron Survivor last year that shocked the world, Kendall Gray, and she right now is the only woman I truly care about in WWE because she's a wrestler. She's got the graps. WWE don't fuck her up. Anyway, thank you for that. Charles, Ash, what do you think about this?
Yay, more tournaments. I like the concept. It's something new. I'm just looking forward to how this is executed because I want to see before I place my judgment on it. I'm going to see how it plays out first because I've seen people already complain about it, comparing it to other tournaments, and I'm going like, y'all, the water hasn't even boiled yet, and you're already complaining about the food. Let it cook first.
To be fair, I don't think we've actually poured the water in the pot. We're just preparing the ingredients because, again, there's still details we don't know, much what Walter said. Please continue.
Exactly. I want to see how this plays out first before I cast my final judgment on it. Because for me, the whole purpose of this is that it's going to showcase the NXT talent on the main roster. And this was the perfect way to get them comfortable because a lot of the times when the NXT gets called up, they don't really get much of a reaction because not everybody watches NXT. But through this tournament, they'll be more familiar with them.
Yeah. I mean, let's just put it out there. Thinking about this being NXT versus main roster, what match would you like to see showcased right now based on the talent you're seeing develop versus the talent you know that has developed involved in this tournament? So you can name a couple of names.
This is mostly for like males, right?
I'm going to guess he's going to do both men and women because he did mention Soruka prior to this. And like I said, he did call Kendall Gray last year for Iron Survivor. And I don't think John Cena is sexist. And I think you need to look at both sides of the wrestling spectrum when it comes to the future of future WWE superstars as we know it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who other on NXT right now that's getting like a lot of buzz. I know Kendall Gray is getting a lot of buzz. Who else is down in NXT right now?
Jada Parker, Lola.
I'll say the NXT Women's Champion, Lola Vice. Hello.
Right.
Sorry.
I hope they don't do champion versus champion, though.
Oh, sorry. What were you saying, Walter?
I hope they don't do champions versus champion, like the NXT champion versus the Intercontinental champion, or the, you know what I mean, or the North American champion versus the United States champion. Don't do that.
To be fair, we did see Damon Emmons tag, of course, against the Raw Tag Team Champion at the time, and we saw Cody Rhodes, WWE champion. He took on Obafemi, Drew McIntyre, though. They saved that. But again, we also got to consider this. That might not matter here because at the end of the day, it's not about wins and losses. It's about reception. It's a reception tournament. It's a receptive tournament, not a competitive one.
I wish now, details to come. Does NXT, when you say that, include TNA because of their deal? Because we can get Javon Evans on the main roster versus Leon Slater, and we can finally get the rematch on main roster TV during this tournament.
That's a good shout. I didn't take that into consideration.
Then you got people buying into the conspiracy that TNA is nothing more but a farm for NXT for WWE. I don't know, man. I mean, again, I think I know what you're about to say, and I kind of can agree, but I feel like if there's any hope for TNA to still exist in the future, they need to cultivate their own fucking roster. They got the title back on Late League, thank Christ. Now make sure the Birthright gets a vasectomy and stays on birth from TNA, all right? So seriously, I said what I said. I don't give a fuck what people think. But seriously, it's one of those things now. I'm just trying to think of names here. Zarya, Rhea Ripley, Kendall Gray, Natty,
Saquon, Tony D'Angelo,
Charlie Dempsey, Ren Sinclair.
Oh, Ren Sinclair's a fair shout too. And based on her entertaining personality, I think her and Chelsea Green could actually have a very fun match, honestly. What else? There's so
Thea Hale.
Oh yeah.
I forgot she existed.
You can do like Tiffany Stratton. You can do Tiffany Stratton versus Thea Hale, or Thea Hale versus. Just give me Jada Parker versus Jade Cargill.
Oh Jesus! You're trying to...
Yes, give me 2 Dommy mommies fighting. Yes, please.
2 Tommy mommies. What the hell, Ash?
Jordan Grace is a show too. Over TV roster now.
I was thinking Jordan Grace versus Thea Hill, actually. The most caffeinated competitor versus the most Jack competitor.
Ooh, give me Jordan Grace versus Kendall.
Yes. Okay, now we're talking. So, again, there's a little bit of ambition with this. Let's call it what it is. This is ambitious. This is an ambitious project by John Cena to cultivate not the athleticism, but the receptive interaction, the connectivity with the WWE Universe. The importance of noise now being an intangible for a WWE superstar is going to be defined by this trial by fire, thanks to John Cena.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, yeah. This is Cena's way of trying to take the dirt off the ground because he was accused of burying so much. Look how much he's focusing on new talent and up-and-comers. Because how often in his career was he accused of being somebody who buries everybody? This is his way of trying to open the grave back up and let them come out.
I mean, he said, to your point, Roman Reigns, he got schooled how many times when he first faced John Cena? Remember that promo about No Mercy? To your point, what was that key phrase John Cena said? Dude, I can't tell whether you're blind or stupid. Look and listen. They hold the keys. They always have. They always will. And what was that surrounded by? The noise, the reception, the connection. That right here is what defines the John Cena Classic. That intangible it.
I was about to say, it's all about perception, but who's to say it can't be perceptive and competitive as well? Like, for example, 10 years ago in the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yes.
Isn't that how Cedric Alexander got signed? Not for just because of because of how competitive he was and the reception the fans got.
Yep,
he was just signed right then and there, was he not?
Him, several people. Yeah.
CUK was founded on that. To your point, God, I missed that brand. But then again, it did kind of ruin the UK scene. And now pro wrestling is doing great things for women's wrestling, but a whole different conversation. But yeah, this tournament more defined by perception versus competition. It has me thinking. But based on some of the matches we just talked about, I'm kind of excited to see what it's going to be. Charles, go ahead, Matt Walter.
It's funny that it's announced a few days after Owen Hart's birthday, and then the same day, the AEW announces that they're going to release the bracket of their Owen Hart tournament. Because pretty much that's what this is.
And stay tuned, folks, because I might be crazy fucking enough to go into business myself just because of that, because I love that tournament. I respect Owen Hart. I might cover Wednesday Night Dynamite. Stay tuned. Not official, just thinking. If nothing else, I might just go live afterwards and talk about the bracket because I love the fucking Owen Hart Foundation tournament. That being said, Charles, I did see your hand. What do you want to add towards the conversation based on what we've been talking about here?
It's going to be interesting, and a lot of names could end up. And I can't believe I'm going to utter these words out of my mouth ever. And might make Noah question me while Ash is probably going to smile at me. I have just jokingly feel because Chris Salu debuted in NXT. Yeah, that's now Naraku. Now, yes, and I like him now because of that villain name. But that's an anime fan in me coming out. Anyway. And I love how I said that. Look at the smile I saw on Ash's face when I said that.
I understood that reference because I was trying to figure out, I was like, where have I heard that name from? I was like, oh yeah, that's the main villain from Inuyasha. I used to watch Inuyasha. I loved that show.
All right. I can respect the anime outlook. I acknowledge that. You're Blade Brilliant. I respect that, but this is not your pop culture contest. The students start with Tilda. All right? Settle down, you little bat. Continue, Charles.
Outside of that, which I knew I was going to get a smile with that one. So there you go.
Impressive job by both of you. Continue.
But outside of that, I'm looking at a tournament style, which is just like the way Cena was saying. It's like matches. Like, don't know how this is going to work, but it's going to be good. However, though, if somebody was in the tournament that Cena mentioned during that promo, that man probably went in instantly.
Okay, I wonder who you could be referring to. Dare I ask?
Obafemi. It was like, yeah.
Dun, dun.
Hey, I ain't complaining.
I'm not going to complain either. If Baby's already doing the war walk, game over. And again, how do you gauge perception in a vote versus I like this guy because he's a better wrestler in the ring? They're going to have to really play this very uniquely so it actually is what John Cena intends it to be versus a glorified fan vote tournament.
Exactly. It has to be unique on this. It has to be different. And just see when does it take place, what month, if it is. I have a feeling this is going to play this December.
How do you control the voting as well? How many votes per person? How do you track that? How do you configure that where the person doesn't go like a freaking dip bird out of water, just hit vote this, vote this, vote this, and just have keyboard actions. You know?
I want to know what the vote's going to look like. If it's going to be like a spinner, what's it going to be?
Google form? I don't freaking know.
We don't know. We don't know if it's a championship or somewhat trophy-ish. We don't know what it's for.
He did say title. He said champion.
True, but you never know. They, could flip it differently. So
I mean, we've seen a giant, super expensive belt that no one wears. We've seen diamond rings. We've seen crowns. We got 25 different belts in the WWE ecosystem alone. So trophy wouldn't surprise me because it's not like. Here's another thing. The person that wins this, it's going to be an annual thing. So do they defend it annually? Do you just gloat about it for the next year? Is it something that's a physical manifestation that follows you the rest of the year? Or is it one of those things like, okay, photo op, here's the thing on your graphic, beep, you're the winner of this tournament as a stat. How deep does this go?
And I will say this, I do think that maybe crazy of me, they probably might tie the vote to the Club WWE.
I can see it actually being Club WWE where you get to vote.
That's probably what could be. You want to get that new thing. It's like, well, use that for the voting thing.
I mean, again, it would be exclusive, but again, you got to still figure out how to gauge that. I'm just going to say this right now. I think anything that involves a vote outside politics, which already as controversial as it is, I still think it's rigged. I still think a system somehow is manipulated behind the scenes by somebody to make sure we want this person to win. I think it goes with anything, honestly. I don't think genuinely any voting system is 100% honest and accurate and unbiased. I don't.
Sure on that. Do we need to mention the Wrestle Kingdom thing where Naito, kind of didn't get the main event?
I mean, that's one of the earliest examples right there, and Tetsuya Naito went ungovernable because of that.
And I could be here.
Tuesday, Cyber Sunday.
Yeah, with a Shell Benjamin match, where basically they all legit called on the fly the entire match. Because they probably weren't expecting Shelton to be in, and they had to call a lot of things on the fly.
Can you trust technology to remain integral in your data and voting activities?
Didn't Shawn Michaels get a match they didn't want him to have either?
Yeah, because they wanted Edge. They wanted Edge. They were building up Edge, but then, Shawn Michaels in the tournament. And the voting. Yeah, look what happened. The same thing for the freaking Piper thing. So they want somebody else to team up with Flair, but they got Piper instead. So be careful what you put in this, folks. The voting thing, because it could go a totally different way that you wanted.
Well, again, the power of paper that's no longer used. I'm just saying. All right. Does anyone else have anything further to add before we see what's to come from this later? Going once, going twice. Okay, John Cena, good luck with this project. I hope it doesn't bite you in the ass, or the WWE for that matter. What's it going to be sponsored by? Your next movie? Okay.
Well, he did say, I hope it works. He did say. So even Cena himself's like, hopefully this, like, I hope this works.
This is a whole new freaking territory for John Cena. He's not competing. He's hosting.
Yep.
Good luck, John Boy. You're going to need it. All right. That being said, let's get down to brass tacks. Let's talk about the main event. I wonder if he's going to be the guy now that kind of just does that just transitions now into the main event to hype it up, because 2 events in a row, he's pretty damn good at doing that. Let's go ahead and talk about Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu, family versus family, guy that has everything versus the guy that wants to take everything. Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu. Let's see. How do I put this simply? It was violent. It was physical. It was damn sure personal, and it's only going to get more volatile. I think that sums it up nicely. Well, take it away. Your thoughts on this?
It was a car crash, literally. These two ran over each other. Like, if this is how they treat their family, I don't want to be their enemy. Like, jeez. But they literally took the best of each other's moves, the spares, the pop-up Samoan drop, the top rope. What the hell did Jacob hit him with?
Swanton bomb at one time. I've never
yeah.
seen him do a WWE, and he ate Roman's knees for it.
The moonsault, the jumping moonsault, which he finished many of people with, and he literally had the Tonga grip 2 or 3 times, but referee took quite a few bumps. That's the strongest referee I've ever seen, because usually like a leaf blowing in the wind, when you blow towards the referee, they get knocked out for 15 minutes, but he was actually there, a little out of position on some of the covers, but I think the story was more the aftermath after the match is when Jacob couldn't take no for an answer. The fact that he lost bothered him, and he just stayed on Roman. He would not let that death grip go. He literally hit Hurricane Helms with a super kick. I think he pushed Jamie Noble out of the way. Jordan, Kurt Angle's illegitimate son, and then he literally gave the Samoan drop to the ref. He hit Adam Pearce. He cleared everybody, left the ring, popped back in the ring, and choked the hell out of Roman Reigns until Roman was literally couldn't breathe and was coughing up white stuff that wasn't spit. So, I think the aftermath is a story, and this ain't over by a long shot. I know Roman told the Usos not to interfere. I just don't get why they didn't come out after the match. But, I mean, would you want to mess with Fatu when he's in that mood? So, I don't know. They might have played it smart and safe, because that was scary.
Yeah, shout out to Papa Gino. Gino was there live. Of course, my first edition brother, who's sharp dressed like I. He was with Matthew and Dwayne and C-Rod, enjoying the activities that was WWE Backlash Live. Glad you enjoyed yourself, brother. Get some rest, take care of your voice, and I'll see you at 6 p.m. Standard Time Monday evening for our Predictions League breakdown and your live experience recap on Major Push Wrestling next week, Wednesday. Stay tuned, folks, to the Papa Gino franchise, as well as the Superman's brand, in conjunction, in collaboration, then now forever. Thank you for that, Walter. Legit. This was a violent main event. Very physical, very taxing. I truly felt like Roman was fearing for his life at times, because Jacob Fatu was a man on a mission, and it was like no damage could affect him. Many a times it was a pop-up into a freaking Superman punch. It was moves out of mid-move, rocking Jacob Fatu just to stagger him until he took him down for the freaking spear. 2.5 attempts. Hell, the first damn move, Fatu kicked out before 1. Target death kick immediately was applied as Roman Reigns tried to assault the hand during most of this match, and the announce table finally got destroyed, by the way, as Fatu powerbombed the man at ringside. At one point, we thought Fatu had the World Heavyweight Championship. He came that damn close. At another point, rising from the dead, he literally caught Roman in the target death grip, and much like we talked about earlier, Roman slowed down his heart rate to a degree, and someone was able to survive, and this was the point where the referee was like, crushed in the corner, and somehow did not crumble underneath the pressure. That's impressive under two Samoans, to say the least. And then, like I said, all hell broke loose. Time and death grip again. Fatu was relentless. desperate. I do mean desperate. He rips the turnbuckle pad off. He drives Fatu in there head first. And not one, not two, not three, not four. I'm pretty sure I counted 6 total spears in this match. One last spear later over a staggered head brain Fatu. Roman survives and leaves the championship. And here's the thing. He literally did not even get up. He was still laid out in the ring. He looked anything but a winner. And then Fatu went full mental on the tribal chief and tried to fucking kill him. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Assaulted W officials, threw the friggin' general manager out of the ring. He even popped up Samoa and dropped the damn referee who he blamed for the loss. I don't blame him. At the end of the day, Fatu got screwed in his mind, maybe some fans' minds, because there was dueling chance during this match, and Roman Reigns survived. Tribal Chief's pride has to be hurt, but I do think this is going to become very volatile. This might become a leap for former tribal combat, because I don't think Roman's going to sell for this. At the end of the day, this is a civil war, I think, in the Anali families that are brewing, especially with Jacob Fatu paying homage to his father, Haku, bringing the tongue and death grip for that reason, because that's the move that brought that family so much in this business. How driven, how desperate, how dangerous is a man with nothing to lose and everything to gain when he's not fighting for himself, but his own family? By the way, this man is the husband of a lovely wife and the father of 7 young women. Just saying. That boy needs the money, bruvs. All right? But yeah, this was actually a very, very heavy, enduring match. I think for Roman Reigns more personally than Jacob Fatu. But Jacob Fatu, he really handled himself strongly here in the main event. He's a main event player, even if you didn't think about it before WrestleMania. Where we go from here? Stay tuned. Let's go ahead and see what you all think about this. Ash, I'll start with you. What the fuck is wrong with Fatu? Is there any way you can control him?
I don't think so. He's completely gone unhinged, and he's because he wants that title, and he's not just wants that title, but he's proving a point that he deserves to be the head of the table, not Roman Reigns no more, which is quite the shoes to fill if that's the case. Because we all saw what happened with when Jimmy and Jace tried stepping up to Roman Reigns, so who knows? Maybe he could suffer the same fate. I'm looking forward to see where this goes because I don't think this is over yet, and I just love how the character work they've done with Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, right? All gas, no brakes, unhinged. Y'all know what I mean? At the end of the day, there wasn't a villain or a hero. There was a survivor, and then there was a lethal competitor. And the lethal competitor was the one that left that whole place in total annihilation and destruction, and Roman Reigns gasping for his life. I don't think I've ever seen Roman Reigns in a more fearful state in my life.
I don't know how long they can prolong this feud for, but I can see it, but going to your point, that this feud ends with tribal combat.
I mean, at this point, Roman Reigns might need to do that to just put down. And remember when you said you're beneath me? Dude, he almost surpassed you. I'm just saying, you survived. You did not beat this man. Suppose that. All right. Charles.
There were points where they fooled me, and I thought Jacob had it.
Yeah, you literally thought. You and I both called that moment. It's like, this is it. We got a new champion. 2 and 9 tenths. So again, they made me buy in. They literally made me buy in. I was, again, extremely impressed. And Fatu, that man's a future world champion. I just didn't think it was going to be at the expense of Roman. And jury is out whether or not it still will be. Charles, let's go ahead and get your thoughts towards this. And if you did watch the post show, because Lord knows we don't watch that crap, please go ahead and share some highlights after that when you give your thoughts. Go ahead.
Well, one, it ties into afterwards. Roman pretty much was shaking like he just looked like he had a fear on his face to even get into the stage before he got stopped.
To be fair, he probably was also asphyxiated because, again, he literally was getting the live choke out. For those that don't know, the tongue and death grip literally crushes your throat. It collapses your carotid artery. It cuts off oxygen to the brain. No oxygen to the brain could be lethal if not taken care of quickly. Continue.
Exactly. And he did say, "This is your last night, Jacob," before he walked off, after he said, "This is why you should never came here." So what other flag could mean? Monday is going to be our Friday. Outside of that, and also Roman used to expose turnbuckle. It seemed like he forgot about that to be Jacob. It's an exposed turnbuckle.
You don't think that Roman ripped off the turnbuckle implied?
He did. He literally ripped that turnbuckle off and slammed him out because that was like the only way he could get out of the tongue and death grip. That led to the final spear. So that it's like, I agree. This hasn't tribal combat. I am not going to be surprised if this happens at Clash in Italy.
Well, we already know our main event there, thanks to SmackDown, because the Lean General Gunther will now challenge Cody Rhodes for the WWE title, thanks to Paul Heyman.
And Roman Reigns is booked for that show. And there's going to be a rematch, and it has to be tribal combat with no rules because there's no way to contain. Well, there's no way to contain Jacob Fatu.
After what we saw here tonight.
It might do some craziness where. So I'm curious why. After Roman saying this season last night, I'm curious what they're going to do on Monday. Is there Jacob? Go on.
No, go ahead. Continue. Because I'm just going through my head right now, like, what the hell do you do to a guy that literally threatens your life?
Exactly. Consider he attacked everybody, including the Raw GM.
By the way, if you see me act a little crazy, UFC's on.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
That's why they ended a little more early because they had a UFC. It was a double TKO day.
Okay. Continue.
But outside of that, I expect this to go tribal combat. Probably at Clash in Italy. Or not crazy that they might do something where Jacob Fatu might get suspended because of Roman after the actions and it delays until June or July.
I mean, honestly, this could literally go to SummerSlam at this point. That's how volatile this could become just after this one night. To your point, you assaulted a referee. You assaulted an official. Yeah, that's at least a fine or a suspension. And Roman Reigns saying this your last night. Imagine Roman Reigns pressing charges against this guy.
Also, Adam Pearce was also a thing, too.
I mean, he literally tried to rip the man off by his beads. I'm just saying, by his dreads. And
exactly.
How did that work?
Exactly. So this is going to be very interesting coming Raw or SmackDown. Well, probably both GMs are going to be involved in this.
Well, at this point, is Fatu part of Raw or part of SmackDown?
Well, probably going to be neither.
Brent split LOL.
Accurate.
Exactly. I have never seen this much security between two people during a face-off in my life. This is crazy.
There's a lot more crazier ones, Walter. Let's be honest.
No, I mean the UFC. This is crazy. They were so afraid they were going to go after each other that they put security in between them before they touch gloves.
Damn.
Oh, okay, that's different.
Well,
I've seen a lot of that.
That's lethal combat versus tribal combat. And again, UFC, WWE, two totally different worlds, folks, despite the fact that the athletes may not be getting the right compensation, according to Ronda Rousey especially. Anyway, not going there, though. Again, stay tuned. Win Walter and Statboy Mike and maybe I will be covering, those two definitely, they will be covering Gigi Carino versus Ronda Rousey and that entire Fight Night card live on Netflix next weekend, Saturday night. Stay tuned for more on that.
Oh, it's next weekend?
Yeah, literally, it's May freaking 16th.
Ronda
Rousey's final fight ever against her dream opponent. Period.
Yep. I've been out. I think being out of town too much has made me lost track of time. Great.
Yeah, that's fair. And again, based on what I've learned about Gigi Carino, she could legit knock Ronda the fuck out.
I knew that for a long time.
Well, you know, I'm not an MMA guy, but I do care a little bit about UFC and MMA, looking at the backgrounds of Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey. I saw Holly Holm. I remember Amanda Nunes. I looked a little bit at Invicta, of course, but back on that.
Amanda Nunes is back, but
I know she's back for a while.
Her opponent got hurt, and so they held her off. But yeah, she was supposed to be back. This dude is literally on this dude like a backpack. This shit is crazy.
Again, Walter's already doing his prep work, becoming the Marvinello of the Survivor Studios for all MMA. And again, he rightfully holds that title. All right. Well, thank you for that, Charles. So that being said, folks, that was Backlash. And we are in for a ton of backlash, not just on social media, but I think on the WTV product when it comes to what the fuck they're going to do with Roman Reigns Jacob Fatu. John Cena, I really hope you haven't put yourself in a corner here when it comes to talent outlook on the main roster. And also, what is the future for Asuka and Io Sky and Seth Rollins? Are you still above Braun Breaker? Those questions yet to be fully decided. More to come, I'm sure, on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. So stay tuned. Say yeah or no to Q when it comes to the recaps. You're not watching Netflix or USA, or just watch WWE_Magics on YouTube to avoid those services altogether and save your money and just watch the following day. Also, protect your mentality. Don't be on social media. You'll live better. And also, don't be a dickhead unless you're part of Bad Guy's Army. Those are the right dickheads. All right. With that being said, that was Backlash. Let's go around and give a final grade on this show. You could use a grayscale. You could use stars. I'm not Dave Meltzer, but it was pretty good to showcase. I think they justified in what they tried to do from a sports entertainment standpoint. But before going into this show, me and my colleague Jason Steele at work were reviewing this. Going in, we had a C- because the card, story element missing, stories going in, less than a month, filler PLE. And then we saw Braun Breaker and Suffering Rollins tonight. We saw Asuka and Io Sky. We saw the main event. A lot more aftermath to come. Pretty decent show for a B-level PLE. But I'll just boost it to a B- because I'm just not into the comedy. At the end of the day, I look at wrestling more for the competitive nature and overall invest me through it all together. Portions of it, as a subjective fan, I'm going to go always with my own judgment. B-. Let's go around the horn and get y'all's grade real quick. Walter, what do you grade Backlash?
You C with the Danhausen. You remove it, it would have been a B for me. So I said C.
Wow, he's doing the whole things, not the subtitles. Here I am being again. I'm a simple man. I'm a more generous individual, if you will. But all right, thank you for that. Charles, what would you grade Backlash?
B.
All right. So
Just because of the Danhausen thing.
All right, so we're pretty much
And also all the matches.
We're pretty much all in that same range. Okay, so we got a B, we got a B-, we got a B. Ash, what would you grade this?
I can't give it a proper grade because I haven't watched the full show yet.
I respect that outlook, and I will, of course, suspend your judgment then until that your homework will be to grade at some point in your Ash's thoughts. I expect on your X, or I expect somewhere in our private chat. Christopher Leclerc giving it a C-. So on average, we're in the C+ range if you range the grades all together. So based on what you've heard here, so that was Backlash. Stay tuned for the next WWE PLE. That will be Clash in Italy. Close to my heart and soul, of course, being Italian. So again, I'm curious to see what they build off that card, including Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. And Ash might get her wish of a new WWE champion because we all know how Ash feels about someone else in a suit, not named me, in a different attitude. All right.
Holy shit. Saved by the Bell. Lucky son of a bitch.
Classic Retro Show. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and bring a little bit of fun to you all here before we take a little commercial break. Y'all like anime? Y'all like Inuyasha? Here's a little multiple choice question for you. No Googling. Let's see who answers this before we go on to commercial break. Your question to think about is this. Charles, Walter, and Ash, this is for you. Chat, shut your pie holes. If you spoil it during the commercial break, I will ban you. Think about this before we get into the next part of our segment, because after this commercial break, we're talking AEW and taking it to the golf course on Fairway to Hell. But here's something for you to think about. What is Naraku, the demon's human name, before he became a demon, according to the Inuyasha series? Was it Hiten, Oniguma, Miroku, or Sesshomaru? The answer after this commercial break here at Simple Liable Studios, Saturday Shenanigans continues. So stay tuned.
And now for a taste of things to come.
Sorry, that last graphic always gives me a bad taste in my mouth. And as always, in a sit-up studio to truly encompass, embrace, celebrate, engage, pontificate, analyze, criticize, react to all the wrestling. And again, this is the question I left for you anime fans out there. What is Abaku, the demon's human name before he became a demon? Was it Hilton, Oniguma, Miroku, or Sesshomaru? Do you have the answer? Let's go ahead and see if the panelists do, as the Simply Reliable Studios Saturday Shenanigans continue. All right, people, I gave you 90 seconds to get your thoughts on this. We're going to go around the horn and see what you think. We're going to go right down the line. Walter, what is your guess towards this question?
I wouldn't call it a guess, but Oniguma.
Ask your guess. You're muted. Botch. That mouse.
Sorry, stupid mouse. The second option, Onigumo.
Charles, your guess.
I can't believe this is being asked. Oh, freak. I say the first one?
Ethan?
Yeah, I cannot pronounce. The only one I cannot pronounce is the last two easily. I can't pronounce the first two for the life of me.
Well, Charles, you being the lone soldier here are absolutely incorrect. It is Oniguma, which translates to the demon spider in Japanese. So well done, everybody that got it right. And again, stay tuned for more of this fun trivia action.
I only knew that because of my son. My son's an anime head.
Well, good thing my mother's not here because she probably yelled at me because she's the most diehard.
Oh shit!
Jesus God!
Oh, my fault.
Holy crap! I'll just scared the hell out of me. Holy God!
And that being said, I'll mute Walter as he gets himself together here. Thank you, brother. That being said, figure those that tune in. If you want more of this fun anime trivia and discussion and conversation, stay tuned for that Ash, Attila, and Ash starting their own pop culture podcast, collaborating across the sister channels here at Bad for Wrestling and Raiders of Wrestling here at the Super Reliable Studios. And thank you for participating in this brief little interaction. I think I bring something a little bit more than just professional wrestling to the conversation, knowing who I'm dealing with here. And I like games, and who knows? Ash, you might do better at Anime Millionaire than Star Wars Millionaire. Who the frick knows? I might one day do that. We'll see.
If you do that, I'll be in there.
I just know about Inuyasha because I used to watch it a lot when I was a kid.
Well, I mean, I was Yu Yu Hakusho and Code Lyoko primarily.
My mother used to record, literally had a whole pile of shelves of like Inuyasha's videotapes, which she recorded every night. It's everything all the way to the final thing. It was bigger than the rest of the video collection I can think of.
I can only imagine how she feels about the series finale of that show.
Between Netflix and Hulu, you might have all the anime. Like Netflix has a lot of them.
Well, Crunchyroll is the anime mecca of the internet, and they have more animes there that don't even make it to the Western front because I'm going to leave that there.
I unfortunately didn't get to see how the series of Inuyasha ended because the TV production that aired it here in Canada, because keep in mind we didn't have Cartoon Network or Nicktoons, so it would air late at night on Fridays on this Canadian television program called YTV. And unfortunately, the anime block got canceled before the show came to a complete finish.
Oh, you didn't have it all swim over there? Because that's what the show was on. Here in the States.
Sorry?
Again, she's Canadian.
Sure.
It's different.
Well, we do have Crunchyroll up here. That's what my brother uses to watch anime.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, if you're into anime, Crunchyroll is the service that you need. That being said, if you're into professional wrestling strictly, you might need to start tuning into All Elite Wrestling. As now we transition here to some of the studios.
I got a fun fact.
Go ahead.
Do you know how long it would take you to catch up on One Piece because of how long it's been on?
No, I'm not getting into that. No, I refuse. I refuse to get into that. That is way too long.
If you was to start watching 10 episodes daily, it would take you 6 to 7 months just to get to the moderate pace of 2 hours per day. If you were doing 1 episode a day, it would take you 3 years to catch up on that.
Oh, wow. No way. That's 4 years.
Yes. And you have to worry about which episodes are not filler episodes too. Then that's a more headache.
The shortest way is 4 months, 10 episodes. That shit's been on since like 97.
You literally gotta have no life in a TV set in front of your eyes at all time to do something
Or
like that.
computer, or laptop, or phone, or anything not to drive you nuts for those long period of time.
I was say,
I regret that, unfortunately, though.
Your brain's gonna turn into rubber, more like the devil fruit that Luffy eats. Let's go ahead and move back into our regular conversation, though, shall we? Nice job, guys and gal. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Fairway from Hell. As of course, the second part of our triple feature today was AEW. As of course, we covered this extremely unique 1 hour collision showcase from the SoFi Center. I never knew how much I needed and loved and enjoyed AEW from an internal golf course simulator. That was fucking awesome. Let's go ahead and talk about AEW Fairway to Hell. Of course, we kicked things off with the AEW National Championship.
Can we talk about the stage alone? Because that shit was fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah. Why don't you go ahead and talk about the aesthetics from Arcada Aura and freaking Renee Paquette dressed to golf.
The ring had little mats aside of them, and there's little chain barricades that lead seriously right into tarp. And there were sand traps and everything. It legit was the golf course, and the aesthetics of the ring look like the apron is supposed to look like pieces of grass. Like, they fucking did a great job. I love when they do specials like that. And the whole arena, I hope they do this, like you said, yearly.
Yeah, because, I mean, this was so damn unique, and they not only made the ring area freaking wrestling-wise ready, they used the whole damn building. That being said, let's go ahead and talk about this, what I want to call this, animal conflict, as it looks like I'm seeing
the fastest hour on television, because I felt like I watched wrestling for about 10 minutes, and it was an hour.
And legit, you got more wrestling in 1 hour than you did in 1 hour of Adlash. And I probably am reading that correctly by the math, tail to tape. That being said, let's go ahead and talk about this to Walter's point. Take a look at that. That is the SoFi Center where Fairway from Hell took place. And behind there, to Walter's point, is a green with 2 sand bunkers. And it was used during our main event. But Walter, let's go ahead and talk about the AEW National Championship first.
I think they use a smaller ring than normal, too.
And probably based on the size of the building. They literally have fans along the ring, by the way, as well as you see up and around the stands, both low and high level. It was fucking amazing.
So opening bell, Jack Perry gets some offense, does a moonsault from the top from the apron to the outside. After that, there was no more offense by Jack Perry, pretty much.
That's like a freaking animal that was literally untamed that we saw. Good grief.
This dude literally threw freaking Jack Perry everywhere. And then, of course, Don Callis had to throw his headsets off, walk to the damn ring, distract the referee, and then bald-headed Ricochet in a full golf outfit, including a poker visor for some damn reason, hit with a I guess it was an iron 9. Was it a 9?
It was a 9-iron. It was a golf club. It was a
9-iron that he hit him in the back, slipped from underneath. Then the damn power driver. By the way, he tried to hit that power driver off the top rope. I'm glad Perry was able to reverse that, because it damn sure would have ended there.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he hit him with that power driver he does, and believe it or not, out of nowhere, we got a new champion, and it shocked the living shit out of me.
Yep, Mark Davis, ladies and gentlemen, is the brand new AEW National Champion thanks to Bald, Ricochet, and Don Callis' interference. More gold in the Don Callis family.
Greedy ass Don Callis, but the aftermath is what, when we left for commercial, when we came back, it was more about this, because Jack Perry had a special announcement there, Noah.
Oh, yeah, did he? Why, again, he was talking about coming up is Double or Nothing. Could it be something more fitting as, you know, Jericho's looking for some partners? Well, I got a dinosaur, so why don't you add 2 more to the mix? But how about I bring more to the fold, maybe on my own? If Don Callis wants to get involved in my business, while Ricochet deals with Jericho and the Hurt Syndicate, maybe I deal with the Don Callis family as I bring the Elite, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Jack Perry versus the Don Callis family. We'll get more from that later. So, challenge made for Double or Nothing, considering we got Stand Stampede, where Ricochet's got to deal with, of course, freaking Jericho and the Hurt Syndicate. Jericho probably need 2 more partners. Ricochet is also going to use the Don Callis family towards Stampede. It's all out warfare right now in AEW, and everybody's joining the party, it seems, at Double or Nothing. It's getting a little bit crazy. As we move on from there, all right.
That's going to be a hell of a match, dude.
Yeah, but what's a hell of 5 minutes now, apparently that's going to be a weekly showcase, is the new Divine Dominion Eliminator. 5 minutes against Lena Cross and Megan Bayne. If you somehow can endure them, or they let you survive, you will get an AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship shot. And ironically enough, tonight's competitors was Rufy and Rachel A., the Prison of Perfection. They survived 90 seconds because Lena Cross let them. Freaking big boot, divine intervention to Rufy. That's all she wrote, folks. So now,
literally, the only offense they got were a couple of punches at the beginning that Lena just took and literally turned around and smiled.
About to say, Lena Cross, Megan Bayne, the definition of perfection, progressive nature, and execution from a sexuous standpoint. You're doing with 2 titans descending down from Athens. I don't know who the fuck's going to even get a chance to take these titles off these 2, considering they've already beaten Haya and Maya World, Hikaru Shida and Chris Statlander, and Harley Campbell and Nightingale, not once, but twice. They might hold on to these forever.
Dude, I can't think of anybody on the horizon that can beat them. I'm 100% honest.
Now the short run. As we move on from there, we also learn, you remember Fekla calling everybody dumb bitches? Well, that Toxic Spider has infuriated 3 of them, and they're all former AEW Women's World Champions. Due to Hikaru Shida and Chris Statland only winning that time match from Wednesday night for being former AEW Women's World Champions, and Jamie Hayter still under the skin of Fekla after clocking Sky Blue not once but twice this past Wednesday night on Collision. It has been made official. Fatal 4-way for the AEW Women's World Championship at Double or Nothing. Fekla, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, and Hikaru Shida all for the gold. So let madness ensue and let's get toxic. Real toxic. Damn it. So I'm looking forward to that. And basically at this point, to Charles' point, as I look at the next backstage segment, it's literally going to be the Elite and the Hurt Business and Jericho versus the Demand and the Don Callis family, members to be named, at Double or Nothing in Stampede.
Does Tefla realize the disadvantage she put her herself, because the champ doesn't have to be beat, and she's got 3 other of the baddest bitches she's got to face. It's a 4-way match or a 5-way? Yeah, 4-way.
It's a fatal 4-way, but to your point, Walter, remember, fatal 4-way has no disqualification, so Sky Blue and Julia Hart can be heavily involved here as much as she wants. So, again, I'm looking forward to this shit. Let's freaking go. And then, of course, we talk about what's ahead this coming Wednesday on Dynamite, where Kazuchika Okada... Nope. Kazuchika Okada is out in Japan handling family business. But Don Callis found the perfect replacement to take that title off whoever.
Original.
That's right. The Alpha, Konosuke Takeshita, will now challenge for the AEW World Championship this Wednesday on Dynamite, regardless of Pac or Darby Allin winning. As the Alpha said, Don Callis, I will bring the title home to the Don Callis family, unlike Okada.
He had to take that shot at him, dude.
I mean, Okada's been doing it every week. It was bound to happen eventually. I'm just saying, all right? So, that being said, we got a standby match following that. A trainee of Darby Allin and the Nightmare Factory, Kieran Gray, went up against Speedball Mike Bailey. 9 seconds later, Ultimate Weapon, Speedball won. And it looks like Kevin Knight and Speedball have plans, pursuits, dreams to win more gold together. Maybe go back after the AEW Tag Team Championships.
I want them to go at it for the TNT title.
I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. It sounds like a fun match. As of course, they ran down the card. Will Ospreay also was officially announced. He is medically cleared to compete again, and it will be Will Ospreay back in in-ring action against the inevitable Ace Austin this coming Wednesday on Dynamite. We also, of course, will have Darby Allin or Pac defend the AEW World Championship against Konosuke Takeshita. MJF will also be on the scene. Will he say yes to Darby Allin's once-in-a-lifetime chance to get the title back?
Yeah, and then something that I was very particularly looking forward to. A certain announcement was made.
Because coming this Wednesday on Dynamite, we reveal the brackets for the Owen Hart Foundation tournaments.
And I brought up an interesting point whether Mercedes is going to get to defend her tournament, her title, because Noah brought up the point that Hangman said he can never challenge for the title again as long as he's in AEW. So therefore, he automatically has to give up his spot because he can't win because he can't get the title shot. So Adam Hangman Page does not get the chance to defend his Owen Hart title.
That's right. Because he's a man of his word, apparently. Again, he said himself, I will never challenge for this title in my career ever again after MJF beat him in a Texas death match at Revolution. Let's forget. But that being said, it's man time on Fairway to Hell. Oh, and by the way, a little caveat. This match was turned to no count out for the AEW World Championship. And Walter, this is probably the most fun you've ever seen something on a golf course.
Dude, they didn't even start in the ring. Darby crawled out and just tapped on the tarp like, yep, bring your ass out here. And Pac obliged as we started literally on the golf course. All 9 holes as they went all around the arena, through the crowd, fighting everywhere, through sand traps like lost balls that go up. Lucky there was no water on their side because they probably would have threw each other in the water too.
Yeah,
but,
don't give them ideas for next time.
Or gator. It is Florida. Gator traps or anything.
We don't need AEW by a gator farm. Continue.
Darby kept throwing Pac into the sand, and then Pac, like a horror movie, popped out of the sand trap to get Darby. This shit was funny. He looked like Jason popping out of the damn sand trap.
He literally did. And again, sand to Darby Allin's eyes, and then Pac sent Darby Allin with freaking flyer miles in the sand trap, not once but twice, including an overhead back body drop. As both men get back to the ring, because again, there's no count out, but still, Tyler going to be a pinfall submission inside the ring. Pac and Darby Allin tried to literally obliterate each other. At one point, Pac brought a table out at ringside, and he didn't go for his black arrow. He went for a Dan Swanton bomb, and Darby got out of the way, and Pac crashed face first.
Actually, it was a shooting star press.
Shooting star press. Thank you. You're right. I forgot. Again, too much craziness. At one point, Darby Allin went up and over 360 into a back body drop. And Darby Allin, again, the punishment this guy's taken, the drive of ride and die on this, just to literally live every day against his last until the wheels come off, is bloody fucking insane. Considering he just defended the title Wednesday night against Kevin Nye in a banger, and now he's defending against one of the most lethal competitors in his life, Pac. And it got even more lethal after that, Walter, because truth be told, what happened eventually? Death Riders! Vermeer Shafir, Daniel Garcia with a Yuta.
I think Moxley was pretty much, Claudio and Moxley were the only two that didn't come out pretty much.
That is correct, and who knows why. At the end of the day, though, they got involved in at one point. We're fighting up in the stands, and you saw the picture, right?
Oh, my God. There was a balcony area. What the fuck? Darby is nuts.
Yes, and Pac is even crazier. As remember when he sent him off just the top of the tunnel through a flaming table for his own hell? He threw the man off the second floor balcony down to the floor, crashing through 4 tables, and he only hit 2 of the stacked ones, and he was crumbling in a heap. He might as well have been left for dead.
And then he threw him in the ring, and the fucker kicked out.
Darby's not human. I don't care what anyone tells me. Darby's not human. Emma put it to that point. Willa Yuta, Daniel Garcia got the referee distracted. Rhea Shafir brought the towel from the backside to Pac. I was looking to square up, and you want to talk about Pac rising like something out of the dead. Darby Allin got resuscitated by Evan Nessus, it feels like, into a second life, and Pac was shocked. He didn't move at all. As he looked at Darby, and Darby kicked him right in the uprights where the sun don't shine, and literally hit him with the championship in the face and hit a coffin drop. I kid you not, to retain. And that is how it went off the air from Fairway to Hell as Darby Allin survived the Fairway to Hell. Now I see why the show was called that. Dang.
Which means he's got Takesha on the other side.
I
don't know if that's a prize or not.
Well, again, Walter, we pointed out, in 25 days, he's defended the title now 4 successful times. He's defended every week. And if this week alone, come next Wednesday, he will have defended the title 3 times. in 7 days if he survives Wednesday nights.
Most people get a title and don't defend it every other month. This dude is defending it weekly basis. Must see TV, man.
And that was Fairway to Hell, a special 1-hour edition of AEW Collision from this unique venue known as the SoFi Center. Golfing aesthetics abound, and honestly, I think they hit a perfect score. No bogey when it came to this course of Collision in this building. This was incredibly fun and simple, and I fucking loved the hour and 9 minutes of it. What's our closing thoughts?
They hit a hole-in-one, man. They did it. Right. It may be a golf, but they hit it out of the park like baseball, man. I hope he does like little monthly specials in between his pay-per-views like this, as it to make it. The pay-per-views are always worth it, but like as a special thank you for people that order all his pay-per-view, do a little special like this every now and then. And like it felt like the indies too, man. It felt awesome. I felt like I was watching the indies in Vegas. Like it was just awesome, dude. I hope he continues to do shit like that, man.
Especially in this building. I love this fucking venue as both a golfing and wrestling fan. This works so damn well.
Because if WWE did this, it'd be fucking mini golf with dwarf housing and mini housing and shit.
Well, to be fair, that's probably how you would get a golf endorsement. They get their own WWE golf bag, but let's not go there. And that was Fairway to Hell. Let's go ahead and get your thoughts and your simple summaries based on what you heard from this 1-hour Collision special. Ash, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I'm missing a lot of key story beats between like what's going on for the Stadium Stampede match and also with Ospreay and the Death Riders. I just got to figure out like where did this start, because the last AEW show I watched was Dynasty.
Fair enough. It literally started after Dynasty. Marina Shafir has been scouting Will Ospreay, told John Moxley how he is pretty banged up. And after Mark Davis, who beat Will Ospreay this past 2 weeks ago on Dynamite to earn this rematch for the AEW National Championship and faced Ricochet, now he won it. Basically, John Moxley gave Will Ospreay a choice: get revenge or become even better. We could turn your body into the ultimate weapon for pro wrestling, because your body will give out. But this, if properly trained, if properly sharpened, will not. He took John Moxley off that training offer, and he's already trained with the Death Riders, disciplining his shoulders, his neck. As John Moxley says, you're on death ground now. It doesn't get higher than this. You're privileged to be here. Very few literally live to survive on this unholy ground that is professional wrestling. Sure, you can have a career, but your body will eventually fail. But this will allow you to survive and thrive. And whether or not this means further things with the United Empire and the Death Riders, where even Kyle Newman called out Will Ospreay, Will Ospreay said ad nauseum, I am not a Death Rider. I will never be a Death Rider. I am United Empire through and through. I started this faction. I know you want me to find that killer. I just need more time to find that guy. And then he told Renee this past Wednesday, I'm just doing things that I don't like, but I know I have to do. So stay tuned further for that.
Yeah, I'm wondering. So Ospreay doesn't have to train with them anymore? He got what he wanted.
Well, John Moxley did say, though, the only thing I expect is for those to see it through to the end like I will. And let's keep in mind, the Continental Championship is not booked yet for Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
Or Will Ospreay.
Right? That they can pick up where they left off on Dynasty. Also, I'm interested to see how the United Empire thing comes out, because a lot of people are speculating at Forbidden Door we're going to get Caleb Newman versus Will Ospreay. That is if he doesn't, drop into Suji. So it's really hard to say at this moment.
Well, yeah.
I like how Jack Perry and Ricochet are continuing their feud without the title. I think that's good. I love how Darby is defending weekly like he would as a TNT champion. And I see some people say how make the argument that it's diminishing the title because the title shouldn't have to be defended. To that I say this is how, if Darby's the champion, he's going to defend the title every week like the TNT title, because that's just the type of wrestler he is.
Exactly.
Yeah, I told him on the air, it's the way he lives his life. One day at a time, there's no tomorrow. That's why he's doing it. Balls to the wall, climbing Mount Everest. He's going to put the title like that. His title reign May not be the longest that there's going to be in history, but it'll be a fucking historic kind of run.
Yeah, and I think that's why they're having, like, for me personally, I think that's why they're having Darby defend it on weekly, so that way we can get these matches, because something tells me, I have this gut feeling that he's dropping that title back to MJF at Double or Nothing, and this whole title run is just the testing of the waters to see how well Darby not only does as a champion, but in the main event scene. Because myself and other AEW fans have been clamoring for Darby Allin to be in the main event scene for quite some time now.
And you're getting it now, the euphoria every week of him defending the AEW World title until the wheels fall off or until the devil gets his due again. And that's if MJF will take Darby Allin up on that deal. Remember, he has his hair on the line, his vainglory. If he doesn't, he will never, ever challenge for this championship as long as Darby Allin's holding it, it seems. And again, there's so many nuances right now between Double or Nothing, Forbidden Door, New Japan, etc. And Ash, you're a New Japan guy like me. AJ Styles and Tetsuya Naito are both victims of a short run during the spring season and losing it at Dominion. Don't think Yota Tsuji will not be added to that equation of stopping Kyle Newman after where it all started.
Yeah. And going
shit!
Boy.
Sorry. Oh, that was a bad decision.
Damn, Walter.
Anyway.
As you were saying.
Yeah. I'm not saying like the champions have to defend the title every week. Because for me, it all depends like who on the person holding the title is. Because certain people can get away with defending it every now and then. Other people have to build up their status by the title defenses, by doing it weekly. So it all, like the way the title reign goes, it's all dependent on who's holding it and how they've been booked prior and as champion as well. And it makes sense for Darby to defend it every weekly, weekly. Just like how it makes sense because that's his character. Just like how it made sense for MJF to rarely defend it because it fits with the nature of his character.
Correct. Although we've seen the insecurity of everyone's favorite scumbag, where he has pushed for eliminators or has defended it slightly different. Either way, we're on an unprecedented run right now of somebody that treasures AEW more than life itself because it gave him that freedom in life. And he will literally ride and die on this title run. And it's given us an incredible first time ever main event caliber main event for the world title each week on Dynamite in their own violent, passionate, hungry, determined, driven way against people that Darby's very familiar with and people that Darby respects based on what they bring to the wrestling business or what they mean. Tommaso Ciampa said this match is professional wrestling. It's passion. Brody Keane says, I respect you. We have shared a violent history, but we both have made ourselves in AEW. Kevin Knight, this guy, literally, the sky's the limit for the Jet, Kevin Knight, when it comes to the confidence and potential. And tonight we saw Pac, who is a very familiar foe that knows the depths that Darby Allin's willing to go, but felt like he could be his undoing, and he nearly was. And we know how lethal and dangerous Pac is, about how complete of a competitor that he is too. Now, next week on Wednesday, we have Konosuke Takeshita, the Alpha.
Darby's title run is another title reign. So Darby's current title run that he has right now, that's also going to be on my list of title runs to eventually catch up on.
Well, this will be easy for you because, again, beep, 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 beep. Just go to the last match of each show. All right. Well, thank you for that, Ash. Charles, anything you want to add regarding AEW Fairway to Hell?
Darby Allin is a nutcase?
Accurate.
And also, this is the same guy that wants to go to the moon. Yes, Darby has said that. And you probably do a combo drop on the moon because he's nuts.
I don't think you could do that because gravity's so low there, but continue.
It's Darby. Don't question it.
Okay, I won't question wrestling with science.
I said I enjoyed the show. But also, why the hell did not Anarchy in the Arena instead of Stadium Stampede now with this amount of people in the match?
Because we're going to a stadium. You know, you gotta keep that in mind. Remember where Double or Nothing is this time. So I think it's actually more poetic.
Still, with these amount of people, it's like, what the heck?
It's going to be nothing fun. It's going to be a wild ride. Get ready to see somebody go for everything possible. And I do wonder, again, Darby Allin, what the fuck, man, taking a fall like that? That is beyond ridiculous.
That's just normal. That's just normal for Darby.
Not for people. For him, I agree. And, of course, like I said, Mark Davis now, we'll see how long he holds on to this championship, his first singles championship in AEW. See what comes from that under Don Callis' control. And will anyone outside the Braun Brothers and Alice Windsor get medically cleared to compete again? Because she got banged up by the last time she faced Windsor and Shafir for that matter, lest we forget. Of course, the last match was against Fekla for the AEW Women's World Championship. She got brain with Nux. But that being said, Divine Dominion Open 5-minute Eliminator Challenge. Yeah, good luck, women of wrestling.
Yep.
Anything y'all want to add regarding that?
I don't know. I hear two little birds a knocking.
Well, I mean, they're brawling. They're undefeated as a tag team. But right now, we got one bird, and she's going after the world title as Fekla has called every dumb bitch possible. And she got the four most lethal bitches on the AEW women's roster that don't hold a title. Not Nation Fair.
Also, is Stadium Stampede, is it going to be a shot cinematic like it was previous years?
I have no fucking idea. Because to your point, Stadium Stampede is the first one full-on post-pandemic here in the state. Last time we had something called Stadium Stampede, it was Wembley Stadium. Yes, Charles, I see your hand.
Yeah, they don't do cinematic Stadium Stampedes. They do it in the arenas now. They only did it for the... Yeah, so kind of feels weird if it's not Air Arena, but it's the same match-ish.
Well, it's a bigger building, though, to be fair. What's bigger than an arena? A stadium.
True.
Again, this is going to be the biggest Stadium Stampede ever. I'm all in for it. Let's see what fucking happens. I hope you have enough camera feeds. Who's going to fight who? Who's going to send somebody through a popcorn machine? What the hell else is in that building? I can't wait to find out. Honestly.
I would probably hear Judas throughout the beginning half of the match.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The song. What would be the one song that plays the longest? Can it just be the Hurts to Get Pain? Because I like that one. They hurt me.
We're going to play Judas, and that crowd's going to say no. That's going to be the more. Taint's going to kick it off first.
You really think it's good? Well, I mean, again, how they come in. Again, we don't know all the pieces yet. This is going to be nothing fucks, though. And I'm for it. All right. With that being said, that was Fairway to Hell, a tremendous 1 hour unique experience from the SoFi Center, courtesy of All Elite Wrestling. At this point, I'm just waiting for AEW to bring a show from a beach.
Back to the beach?
Yeah, you know, I mean, well, you know, WWE owns that. Maybe they call it like
Beach Blast.
Beach Blast sounds fun. I mean, we've had winter break. Why not, a Beach Blast? The beach balls appropriately included. All right. Well, that being
Don't let Claudio near him. Don't let Claudio get him.
Oh, that's true. Claudio's part of AEW. Never mind.
Exactly.
Right. Well, that being said, that was AEW Fairway to Hell. Again, I fucking loved it. Oh, before I forget, there was one match I was going to say. Yeah, Darby Allin, Pac, you nothing fuck crazy bitches. That's professional wrestling, damn it! Wow, that was so much fucking fun. And who would have thought you could use a sand trap as a default backdrop for a freaking punishment towards a wrestler?
Damn, they activated the trap card, didn't they?
To a degree, but that being said, I don't got Yu-Gi-Oh!
Damn it!
Well, I mean, you know what? It does seem fitting. We saw whose life point 6-0. It was Pac. Final move, final attack, coffin drop. That being said,
Shadow Realm.
Well,
I just like how Noah's the one that says the life points. Okay, I love how he's the one that says it.
Noah likes Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay.
Animes I care about. Yu-Gi-Oh! You talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! You have me interested. You talk about Pokemon. Fuck that shit. That being said, hey, you know what? I don't give a fuck who I piss off. I'm gonna tell you how I freaking tell you. All right?
Yeah.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna tell you the way that it is. All right. That being said, telling you how it is, we are getting towards the end of our conversation tonight, as we'll have an announcement and probably some recap regarding recent activity at the most studios. But before we get there, I leave you all with this to think about during the commercial break. All right, fine. We'll do some freaking Yu-Gi-Oh! Trivia. Fuck it. You want to go there? What card is needed? What card is needed to create a fusion-type monster in Yu-Gi-Oh? I'll let you all shut up. I'll let you all think that over and see if you know it. Find out
Can
the
you
answer.
repeat the question, please?
Wait. What was the question?
Don't say Don't say anything until after the commercial break. Here's what everybody to think about. What card is needed to create a fusion-type monster in Yu-Gi-Oh? Mull over that question, and we'll give you the answer after this final commercial break.
And now for a taste of things to come.
And as always, here in the Super Live Studios, we truly encompass, embrace, celebrate, engage, pontificate, analyze, and criticize to all MMA, combat sports, other forms of sports, but primarily the wrestling. And welcome back here to the Super Live Studios. Welcome back to the Shenanigans. I have been your host for the evening, the Noah Foster, along with Walter Cruz, Charles Shelton, Ash. And I left you with this question to mull over. Let's see who knows the answer. In Yu-Gi-Oh, what card is needed to create a fusion-type monster? And I see everyone's hand up, so we're just going to say it all at the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Polymerization. Very good. Also known, of course, as Syphilis, according to the Japanese version of Yu-Gi-Oh. Very good, everybody. All right.
You can never say that name right.
I'm about to say it. You can never say that about polymerization. You never can say that right.
Nope, never can.
Well, you probably can say Syphilis either. It's known as Syphilis actually in Japan.
That's fair.
All right. And welcome back, everybody, once again to the Super Live Studio Shenanigans. We had a lot of fun, a lot of great talks this evening. We're going to go ahead and wrap up our last two things, a nice little bow. Of course, earlier this week, Walter, you had an interview with Focus Pro Wrestling. Talk to us a little bit what went down during that, along with Evan Zalios.
Yeah, what didn't go down? We talked about a lot more than wrestling. But cool. He talked about what stood out with Focus Pro and how they actually pay their people in an envelope in cash. Then when they're actually at the event, we talked about the future of coming up. The fact that Steph DeLander is one of his new champions, and she's going to be there for the foreseeable future to defend the title. There was a lot. Go watch the interview. He gave us almost 3 hours of his time. I think it was like 2 hours. I think it was a little bit. It was about 2 hours. He gave us of his time. Loved the interview. That was one of the funniest and one of the best interviews. I can't wait till we open that award to Interview of the Year next year, because there's going to be a lot of candidates. But all the best for Focus Pro. We are going to do our first watch along coming up. I think it's going to be Nick and JJ because they got the access to it. And then if one of them drops out, they'll give me the access. So I'm looking forward to the future. He talked about how he bought his own freaking ring. He wants to partner with Brett Lauderdale of GCW to do a few things. So hopefully we can make that happen. But it looked like we made some connections, and we'll see.
All right, fair enough. Anything that anyone wants to add regarding Focus Pro Wrestling or the interview that they had? Ash, anything you want to add?
when's the next Focus Pro Wrestling show?
Sorry?
When's the next Focus Pro Wrestling show?
July 16th, I think he said. I'll look it up. Hold on.
Okay, and because is it the same show that JJ was mentioning to the group chat, or is this a completely different show?
Yeah, he mentioned a few shows. I know he got one coming up in July. Till I Collapse is. Oh no, wait. May 30th is the next one. That's Till I Collapse. Then he had another one that's in July. He gave us a few of them, and it's on IWTV. You have to subscribe to be able to see that.
Independent wrestling television. All right, very good.
Good to know.
I
Charles
believe,
A.
yeah, Saturday, May 30th at 8 p.m. I believe is Till I Collapse. I gotta look it up though.
Nice. Charles, anything you want to add?
Yeah, that was awesome. Can't wait to see. Well, I won't be able to watch the event, unfortunately, but sucks.
Yeah, there's a reason YouTube exists, and so does
I gotta give him. I gotta give him my some things because they name a lot of their events after songs. I gotta give him some event names. He welcomed it so.
Oh man,
nice.
The type of marketing that you can help him with. For those that don't know, Focus Pro Wrestling's been active since 2022. Comes to us out of Massachusetts. Boston. Currently have 3 championships. The Focus Pro Championship held by Manny Arias. Focus Pro Tag Team Championships held by Post Game, Vinny Talota and Mike Walker. And to Walter's point, the Focus Pro Women's Championship is currently held by Steph DeLander, who took it off of Conduit of Karma, Kaya Nakena. I thought this promotion sounded familiar. Someone tells me Kaya is going to come back after her with.
Oh yeah, we tried to orchestrate the rematch.
And of course, Kaya Nakena won that originally against Gypsy Mac after I was looking at the history, because I remember talking about this title during the watch that I did with Kaya Nakena competing at Spark Joshi Pro. Remember, Spark Joshi Pro, Kaya Nakena called out, of course, WWE ID prospect talent for her title, Area Dominia, where she wants to go after the Spark Joshi Pro specific championship. So they're into the retirement for that show. Good luck, Kaya. I don't think you need it, though. All right. Well, thank you for that, Walter. And again, thank you to Evan Zalios for giving us his time and allowing us to engage with him in the future conduct of his promotion and the promotion's endeavors and the incredible talent that's there. Good luck to everybody. Again, folks, stay tuned for coverage of Focus Pro Wrestling at Cinema Studios. And if you want to follow Focus Pro Wrestling, subscribe today to IWTV, Independent Wrestling Television. Support independent wrestling today if you haven't already. Okay. Well, that being said, the only thing left on the itinerary, as Nick just woke up, no problem, brother. Again, I understand everyone's tired. This promotion, this edition of the Saturday has been brought to you by Anime and Melatonin, so it's all good. As there's only one thing left. Walter, of course, we talked about an announcement on City Predicting, and of course, we talk about the interviews to come. There is a big interview coming with someone that we have been very supportive and fond of in one Jack Cartwheel. As of course we announced, we will be interviewing the one and only Jack Cartwheel here at the Super Reliable Studios. For those that don't know, Jack Cartwheel, independent talent in cartwheels. We've seen him, of course, in Ring of Honor. We've seen him now, of course, in Evolve. And, of course, Jack Cartwheel is one of the most, I say, entertaining talents that you can see perform, because everything he does, even escapes, is a cartwheel. Jack Cartwheel, by the way, has been involved in this business now for 7 years, training out of Supreme Pro Wrestling. He is a former Lucha Premier champion and GCF SoCal champion. So, again, stay tuned when we, of course, interview Jack Cartwheel. You've seen him, of course, in AAA and GCW, if you already are not familiar with him, or Reality of Wrestling. Walter, anything
he's in the WWE ID program.
Yep.
Awesome dude. Ran into him like 10 times in Vegas. Took a picture.
You've seen him live.
He likes the puns. JJ made a pun in front of him, and he said, "Yo, man, I think this guy's stealing your shit." But he even autographed my thing in a pun, and he put to a flipping good friend, and it was fucking hilarious that he would actually take the time to do that.
All right, fair enough. That being said, Ash, I think you've even called a couple of his matches at one point. I know he was involved in Prestige to a degree. What do you think about Jack Cartwheel and this announcement?
I'm not sure if I'm familiar with his work because I don't think he was at any prestige shows that I watched, but I am looking forward to see what he does next. And I look forward to the interview as
we
well.
covered him when we first did Evolve, like with Cappuccino and everybody.
Oh, that's right. Evolve, Cappuccino Jones. I'm picking up Starboy Charlie.
Yeah, and I did all the puns and killed JJ. You guys got to go back. I kind of want to. Now that they do the clips, I want to go back and watch our Evolve thing and see if I could play some clips of us doing the play-by-play so he can hear all the puns and get his opinion on it.
He'd probably love that. You'd get a real kick out of it.
I mean, it'd be kind of funny, honestly, if I think about it, So, I mean, hey, weirder things have happened. All right, well, fair enough, guys. Well said. Charles, anything you want to add regarding Jack Cartwheel and this big-time announcement?
It's great. And also, again, as Nick has said multiple times now, at this point, and we'll keep saying it, if you're everyone not on this train right now, get on this train, will you?
Well,
just saying.
That's the station by now.
I mean,
Exactly.
It feels like, one of those things where it's like, I mean, it kind of goes without saying at this point with, well, what are we doing here? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing with your time? Are you not following us yet? Do you not see what we're doing? Like, do we need to, like, freaking hit you over the head with a rock to get you to figure out what the fuck we're doing? Like, seriously. And again, to everyone that's been involved in this work, congratulations to all parties involved and figure to those that have been involved and engaged with us. Well, that being said, I believe that is it, actually, for this week's itinerary for the Saturday Shenanigans. We've already done our plugs, so, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do one more fun little trivia question. And the first person to actually yell it out will be the winner of Anime Trivia tonight. We'll stick to Yu-Gi-Oh! Since that's the last thing we did. This has two answers. You got to give me both parts. Here is the final trivia question of the night. During the Pegasus era, Kaiba boy, the show was Yu-Gi-Oh! Where Yugi and Kaiba had their duel on top of Pegasus Castle, there was a key moment against the Blue Eyes White Dragon that involved a lethal card combination to weaken the ultimate Blue Eyes White Dragon. What two cards did it take? One was a monster, one was a magic. Do you know them?
I remember the episode, but off the top of my head, I gotta think. It'll pop.
Well, I'll give you all to the
remember.
I'll give you all to the plugs.
I know I watched
it. What's funny is a few months ago I was watching like the reruns, so they're on Amazon Prime.
Oh, nice.
Yes, they
are. They're on Amazon Prime?
There's also a dedicated channel. And Nick has officially taken the crown. He is 100% correct. The Living Arrow and Mammoth Graveyard. Well done, Nick. Well done.
It escaped my head. Damn it.
Well, that being said,
he always uses that. Yu-Gi-Oh! Always had the right trap card for the right moment. Just always.
Well, what about
Exodia? So I don't know about that.
Yeah, no. Well, the kid ripped Exodia and threw it overboard. But one of my favorites is when he fought Scyther and how he tricked that guy and beat Scyther the first time.
Yeah, and of course, Swords of Bill Knight was always one of my favorite cards that literally stopped you, of course, with freaking attacking for 3 turns. Nonetheless, great job, everybody. I hope you have fun. Congratulations, Nick. You're this week's anime champion. If I'm back in the host seat again, we'll do Anime Trivia Night 2. It will involve different animes that have not been discussed here.
Don't keep doing too many of them, because if I reach 300 and we do the Hot Wings Challenge, me and my wife, that's going to be part of basic challenges, because I'm going to have to answer pop culture questions while she answers all wrestling questions.
To be fair,
we're going to get you to host.
To be fair, pop culture is not just anime, but I mean, hell, it's not the first time I've hosted a game show. I'll just say that for the record. Let me create one.
You know what? Joe has a good point.
Subscribe, people, because it'll be fun. And oh God,
Nick, why are you saying he's a cheater?
Doctor after that, I know it.
I'm sure.
I like how Nick over here is like calling Yugi a cheater over here.
Indigestion. Well, remember
Yu-Gi-Oh? Not hard the cards.
He did lose. He did lose when with the eye of what the fuck was that shit called? The eye of the thing when they put the circle of
Seal of Calcos.
The Seal of County. He lost that because he got too blinded with rage. Yeah.
To be fair, it was King Atum who did not know his name at the time, not Yugi.
Atum, yeah.
Atum, potato. All right. Well, good job, guys. Well done. That being said, stay tuned next week. Stay tuned next week, folks, because I think I'm the host again. We'll have trivia regarding Pokemon, Naruto, and One Piece, and see who takes the anime crown once again. With that being said, let's go ahead and get the fuck out of here tonight and hope everyone enjoys time with their mother. If you don't already, just support somebody else and be kind to one another. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's get the fuck out of here and talk about our plugs. Charles, always a pleasure. Where people can engage and find you?
You can follow me on. I just love that. You can follow. You can follow me on Twitter, but also believe in Chase U.
Never.
Just like you should believe in Joe Hendrick.
You son of a bitch! You freaking got one night. Can we get one night where you don't do that to me? We're not gonna freaking do Joe
Or be cursed.
Bullshit.
Or be cursed. I don't regret it.
Damn it.
You think you were saved, Noah.
Ash isn't a mother, but yeah, happy Mother's Day to your mom, though.
Mrs. Ash.
Shout out to the moms.
To Miss Vince.
Definitely.
Yeah. Again, God bless mothers. All right, Charles, fuck you. All right, thank you. Ash, you're already a bad dickhead, but we love and appreciate you always. Go ahead and tell where the people can find you.
You can find me on X, the app formerly known as Twitter, at ShadowBadAsh, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Baddie for Wrestling. And since we're talking about anime, I just want to say this. Anime is my favorite SoundCloud rapper.
Oh, okay then. That's a little bit
Okay.
out of nowhere.
Can I tell a story about that joke?
Go ahead.
Please do. I'm
Okay.
curious now.
So there's a SoundCloud rapper by the name of Amine. And it was with my friend, and we were talking about anime. And he knows about the SoundCloud rapper. And I was like, anime is my favorite SoundCloud rapper. And he's like, fuck you, Ash. Shut up.
Damn. All right.
Damn.
He's like, I am sick of this. Like, no. Stop.
I'm sick of this bullshit.
Damn.
I'm sick of this. I've done this long enough. All right. Well, fair enough. Okay. Well, thank you for that, Ash. Walter, it's been an extreme pleasure calling Adlash and AEW Fairway to hell with you. But go ahead so other people can find you.
Find me at Rage of Wrestling on YouTube, Instagram, Walter.Cruz.940, Walter Alex Cruz on the X. And please subscribe. We need 34, I believe, to get to 64, I believe. To get to
Walter can't do math.
Yeah, to get to the mark we need so that we can do the Hot Ones challenge. And we're gonna make it a game, and Bob Noah, me and my wife will send him the questions separately so we don't know the answers. And get one wrong. Here's the plan. What I want to do. We're gonna if you get one wrong, you get a wing. We're gonna each have a friend as an answer. We can pass the friend the answer. I might have JJ or someone as my partner. The risk is if that partner gets it wrong, you now have to eat 2 death wings for using the partner. And she agreed to that. She's gonna use her sister, or I will use her sister for the pop culture. She's gonna use one of y'all as a backup for wrestling.
Oh
wow, this is already gonna be fun.
She can have an advantage of the wrestling questions. Like, let's say JJ's her partner, but if he gets the question wrong, she then has to eat 2 wings.
All right. Well, that being
Say
said,
his
JJ is actually here.
You said his name and he appears.
As we sign off this soiree. Hello, JJ. All right. Well, thank you for that, Walter. That being said, JJ, how are you? Good to see you for these last few seconds.
I'm good. Good to be here.
Yep. It wouldn't be the Shenanigans
Good to be
without
seen.
you. Always. There you go. I was waiting for that line. Well, thank you for that, Walter. That being said, fuck your graphic. We're signing off here, JJ. Go ahead.
Such a beautiful sight to see. Go ahead and throw that back up, Charles. There you go.
You both suck.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be, evil.
Continue.
So even though I just got here, you can find me on Instagram, the Renegade JJ Williams. You can find me on YouTube, Casa D18 Studios, X Casa D18 Studio, no S. Of course, you can follow us at Simply Reliable Studios at SR Studios 2024. That is where you can find all of the huge announcements, like the one we made earlier this week. I know Walter is looking forward to having a flipping good interview with one Jack Cartwheel.
Bloody hell,
I'm
the freaking
upside
punch.
down with happiness.
Oy. My head. Stupid! Never fails, never fails. There's always a way to raise my blood pressure. They found out the way to do it. Achievement.
I already did that earlier.
Yeah, you did. You still pissed me off. Anyway, continue.
But yeah, the Simply Reliable Studios X account, if you can throw that one up, that's where you can find all of our big announcements. We still have 3, I think, more announcements to make
Interesting.
in the coming weeks and months. So be on the lookout for that. But Jack Cartwheel was the first of more. You know, we're trying to slow down. Nick is making it very hard for us to slow down.
Of course he is.
You know, want to try and only do 1 to 2 interviews a month. But Nick over here, you know, keeps Jacob Fatuing it and going all gas, no brakes, yada I mean, on the chats. So trying to get everybody and their mama to come up on the stuff.
Of course.
But I will just say, you know, yes, I pulled a Datilla coming in at the very end of the stream.
Yes, you did.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
No,
it's Mother's Day. It is Mother's Day in the restaurant industry. I literally did 35 minutes shy of a full 8 today. So, and I did 30 minutes shy of a full 8 yesterday, and tomorrow's Mother's Day. So I'm only can imagine what it's going to be like. We're staffed to the gills to the point where we get in each other's way trying to bust tables. There's so many of us, but we're that busy.
Well, that's good because being busy means the day goes by faster, and this went by pretty quick. So I guess it works out in the end. So again,
And
God bless
speaking
mothers.
of Mother's Day, I do want to send a happy Mother's Day out there to all the moms in the chat watching. Happy Mother's Day to Mama Ash. Happy Mother's Day to Lee Walter. Happy Mother's Day to Nick's wife because she has to deal with a grown-up child her entire life.
A man baby.
And the dogs.
Happy Mother's Day to my daughter's mom, to my mom. Yeah, just happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.
God bless mothers. Enough said there. Well, thank you for that, JJ. And again, thank you all for being with us during not 1, not 2, but 3 wild events through the Saturday evening here at the Survival Studios as we got you all the wrestling and all the
Oh my God. Happy first one to Naomi.
New mothers. That's absolutely correct. There's some mothers now that literally.
And if you've enjoyed Noah at the helm these last 2 weeks, fear not, because he will be in charge again next week. And I already know there's one Saturday in June that he'll be in charge of Shenanigans. You know, we'll just have to see what keeps happening as far as my work schedule goes. If I'm able to start getting Saturdays off, I will resume the head of the table, so to speak.
I'll say.
You know, when it comes to Shenanigans. But next Saturday, I'll be at Comic-Con Revolution. I know Datilla is going to be there promoting and getting content for Pop Culture Powerbomb and Rangers of Wrestling.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll be here now to chime in. Hopefully you guys won't be signing off, but then like I said, there's a Saturday in June I already know ahead of time that Noah's going to be taking the reins for. So fear not if you enjoy Noah moderating the insanity, unable to set his alarm for 2 hours for the quick exit. Maybe we just need to come up with more topics for him to do so that we can keep him here past his 2 hours. He's been lucky these last couple weeks, about 2.5 hours.
This conspiracy against me.
And now someone gets to say goodnight, JJ.
Oh, well, he's going to do that in the end, but thank you for that, JJ. Always happy to help a friend. And Walter, shut up, damn it. All right, well, thank you for that. And that being said, folks, he talked about, again, the podcast to come by our queens of the SRS. Please follow Datilla when it's wrestling time, whether she's retro or live. So follow her today, Datilla, Raiders of Wrestling, on the YouTube, on the X, on the Twix, and on the Inst, if you wish, where a picture tells a story. Follow her today, our My Morgan Pig Power Ranger, Datilla. Again, they're in the chat. They are the MVPs. We always appreciate the Dominguez. So follow Emmanuel and Arlene if you choose on the socials you see right there in front of you. If you wish to further engage with me, I'm barely social, I'm barely on social media, but find me if you choose. I'm Foster 1916 on the X and on YouTube for all things wrestling. For I am nothing more but a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it! Again, I was involved in 3 different affairs through this Saturday. Good grief for everybody to endure, it feels like. Again, finally, Mother's Day. Can enjoy the day with my mom. Stay tuned, 6 p.m. Standard Time live, Monday evening, as me and Papatino break it down, our predictions, league breakdown, post-show, as of course we give you the scores and the outlook following Backlash. Of course, bring you the leaderboard updates for both the team and the Galaxy for no DQ. Say to Aaron Whip's reviews. Now just to leave it there. Also stay tuned as Gino, of course, hosts Major Push Wrestling Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless otherwise scheduled. I will be taking part in that as long as I can. Always happy to help out a friend. And of course, you got a lot of content coming up here next week alone, including Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor, with a live or retro, still to be determined. Of course, I'm bowling. And Walter will be coming Ronda Rousey's last fight ever, when Ronda Rousey goes one-on-one against Gina Carano inside the Octagon. So stay tuned for more of that. And of course, as Gina pointed out, we'll be back here next Saturday when I moderate again the Saturday Shenanigans, which will include, but not limited to, further conversation, I'm sure, on the Owen Hart Foundation tournament brackets to be revealed this Wednesday on Dynamite, as well as other things I'm sure the wrestling business will bring to our eyes as well. And that's all right now I really need to say here at this point. But as always, let it conclude, there are no winners.
We have got to see if we can get AI to do a version of Sexy Boy for Noah. I'm just a simple man. Simple man. Hosting a podcast.
That's enough. All right. Well, that being said,
if you want to hear Noah sing it himself like Shawn Michaels did, $25 and we'll make that happen.
Oh, bloody hell. There's thunder right now. That tells me I really need to kick this thing into high gear as a storm is coming in. It's not Jay Cargill, because this storm could actually affect me. That being said, thank you all for tuning in once again to another edition of the Saturday Shenanigans. And that's all I got to say for now. As I remind you in closing, there are no winners, no losers, no betters. Just fans or opinions with this past we all share. At the end of the day, someone turn their damn mic on mute. Support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too, or stop breathing heavily. Protect your mentality too. Treasure your families, and just stay alive and enjoy professional wrestling. It's truly as simple as that. Damn it. As I freaking mend this helm in an aggressive way sometimes because my blood pressure hits a boiling point. But they wouldn't want it any other way.
Look at this photograph.
Really? Go back. Someone probably freeze cap that. What am I?
Go back.
Freaking meme. All right, stop that shit.
Yeah, this was about to end.
Oh, God. Thank you all for tuning in. Please let us guys comment and tell a friend. Hit the bell goes live and demand on this channel during hard times, quiet times, easy times, stormy times, and clear days and clear nights. Hit the bell, know when the video goes live and demand on any of the YouTube channels here. I assure you the content, creativity, the madness is not going to let up anytime soon, or someone's heavy breathing. With that being said, thank you again. You all should make this possible. And to all the mothers out there, God bless you for who you are and what you do. And for those that are becoming a mother, good luck to you. For Walter Cruz, for Ash, for Charles, for JJ, for Datilla in the chat, for Nick in the chat, for every one of you in and out of the chat, for everybody that makes this all possible and the Civil Hour Studios to continue to thrive in and out of trivia and chat. And stay tuned for Anime Trivia Night 2 next week, Saturday night, where Nick will defend his crown. I am the Cement Oil Foster, reminding you to appreciate yourself, appreciate others, take care of your mentality, treasure your mother, as long as she's with you, or at least pay her respect if she's not with you. And make a positive impact in life. Have a good night, and thank you for tuning in once again to the madness that is the Saturday Shenanigans. Have a good night, folks. And we'll see you
believe
next
in
time
Joe
here.
Hendry.
Cut that shit off!
I'll be cursed.
Shut the fuck up! Goodbye, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Bloody fucking hell. Every damn session.
Good night, everyone.
Adios.
He did it on purpose. This is what happens when you give one man more power.
Get out of the sister studio.
I'm surrounded.